Smoke is scanning to the sky. You can't believe your senses. You think you've seen it all until you open your eyes. I never wanna be alone. This place is cursed. I want you to never leave my side. I run away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. We dream of feeling something. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. The world we used to know is burning down. We're always strong enough to build our own. We've been running for ages to search some light. I want you. I know we both escape to lose the ground. We've been running for ages to search some light. We can feel every day after running for nights. We feel so I run away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, we step aside. I run away with you to see some light. When ashes dropping down, to build our own.
Powered by AMD 3rd Gen Ryzen processors, the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi provides first-class gaming features and style. The B550F Wi-Fi features a robust 12+2 DR-MOS-teamed Power Stage VRM design with high-quality alloy chokes and durable capacitors to provide reliable power for the latest high-core count AMD CPUs. Fanless VRM and chipset heatsinks with our StatCool 3+ design keep your system running reliably under heavy load by enhancing passive cooling capacity for critical onboard components. For the best gaming connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, and 2.5 gigabit LAN with Asus LAN Guard. You also get dual M.2 NVMe SSD slots, one with PCIe 4.0x4 connectivity, plus a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port and Thunderbolt 3 header. Our pre-mounted I/O shield makes installation a breeze, and with USB BIOS flashback technology, your system's firmware can be updated for next-gen CPUs using nothing more than a PSU and a USB flash drive. A pristine Supreme FX S1220A codec with DTS Sound Unbound and Sonic Studio 3 draws you deeper into the action. Communicate clearly with Asus AI noise-canceling mic technology. Asus exclusive AuraSync RGB lighting, including 2 RGB headers plus 1 Gen 2 addressable RGB header, let you make your PC's lighting uniquely yours. ROG Strix motherboards undergo an extensive certification program to ensure the very best compatibility with the widest range of components and devices. For a smooth build process, refer to our list of guaranteed compatible components. Ascend to next gen with the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi.
Hello and welcome to the B stream, or the community casted stream of...
Stands for better.
Absolutely, does stand for better. I'm the Pepsi to Alscar's Coke over there.
Oh my god, I just noticed the colours. Is that what you're talking about? Great.
Look, it works. It works.
Pepsi. I think Pepsi's better. It's a weird thing. Everyone disagrees with me when I say it, actually. But I don't mind it. I think it's great.
Look, I think that's about right. I think everyone else likes you better, and then you're just there being the weird one.
I disagree. But anyway, to go on tonight, we've got Rens, luckily, for both of the games. So if you're a Rens fan, stick here. We will cater to you for the whole night, which will be great. But on the other side of the equation, we have Radical and Fallen Angels, respectively, in Match 1 and Match 2, which will be a great matchup. We were talking earlier before we started of the chaos needed to take down Rens. We think both of these teams, both Fallen and Radical, can bring the chaos and can have a very good shot at taking out Rens here. But Rens is a strong team as well, since I think if we have the maps coming up, we're going to Oregon first, which the first time we saw Rens, I think it was the first time we saw them on.
It was the first time that we saw them on this stream.
Really well.
When the maps come up.
We've moved up. We're just setting the stage. And we're back to
even if we go to the standings, so we can see where these teams. There we are. Oregon is the first map we are going to.
Yep.
Cafe in Oregon, yeah. Ren's taking us.
Very vertical heavy maps. In Ren's play style, I would say Oregon you can play without vertical, but when you see a team like Ren's take it and how they hold it and how they attack it, you need to be able to counter that vertical play.
Yeah, and play vertically as well when you are taking it and holding it. And what was the third thing you said?
I said a lot. I don't know. I just talk. I don't remember. I have the memory of like a goldfish.
Stop talking, and that last bit just drops out the back.
It goes into the ether, and then I can never get it back. But yeah. We'll have a look at the standings as well for this season, because we're coming this second last week of group stages, which is exciting, coming into the end, to the back end.
Very excited for this. Rens is just on the cusp here with Radical and Fallen Angels games tonight. Angels is 1 game ahead. Hang on. Silex down the bottom with 14 matches played.
Yes. Silex has unfortunately dropped out of this tournament, so all their scores have been added to the respective teams. So that's where we see some extra games played where they haven't been played, and some extra points earned. So Rens, I think this is an important night for Rens. If they lose one, then that's put them in hot water. If they lose both, extremely hot water for next week, as they're right on the edge. And if they win them both, especially in the next game against Fallen Angels, that'll be great for them. They'll be able to get some more points up there and secure their position a bit more.
Also, very dependent on how Grumpy Grapes play tonight. If they manage to win one, they're nipping on the heels there of Rens and could take Rens out of the top 4. Fallen Angels, Skyfire, and Quacked all pretty safe up in their positions in that top 3. It's just Rens that is in danger of falling off. But if Rens and Grapes both have absolute, I was going to say shocker of games, but just absolute standout games, then Fallen Angels might find themselves also in hot water.
Very true. I think Fallen Angels have a tough week ahead of them this week, playing Skyfire and Rens. So they're very, very important week for them. And same goes to Skyfire versus Quacked and Fallen Angels. So a lot of high octane matches this week on both streams, and it's going to be very exciting. I think this is the last couple of weeks, so you tend to see one of two things: either the ladder solidify itself in the position that it's in, or complete chaos, which we always are a fan of, and the ladder shifting right at the edge, which will be very entertaining, if I'm to be honest, to see how that falls into place.
The more chaos, the better, and chaos is not seemingly Ren's friend, so in this case, it may not be their friend in terms of the ladder as well, not just the gameplay.
Very true. Very true.
There we go.
There we go.
This map, through the win percentage, does seem to favour Radical Rebels over Wrens, which is interesting. And
yeah, I think it's that chaos. Honestly, I think any map where someone has a set playstyle or someone has a set way of orchestrating the map. If a team like Rebels who thrive on that chaotic energy in a way can upset that balance, and if there's ever an upset balance, then
they rebel against the structure.
All right, that's I'm sorry.
Oh.
I'm out. I'm good to see everyone. Oh gosh, that was terrible.
Solo cast.
So solo cast for Killer tonight. Make sure you guys just.
No, you're sticking around. You're sticking around.
Yeah, I am. I will stick for that. I have a few theories tonight. Some of which might not happen depending on if my caster curse kicks in. But after a bit of,
well, if I agree with your theories, because for some reason when I say things they happen, we'll just cancel each other out and nothing will happen.
Yes. Yeah, like not the game. No, don't do that. We want the game to play. I would rather I be completely wrong. Yeah. I'm thinking we'll see some Oryx today. A lot of hatch play, a lot of jumping up hatches, a lot of busting through walls.
Okay.
Maybe not a lot of busting through walls, but I think we'll see some Oryx plays. With a lot of usage on that hatch, and maybe a lot of roaming from the Oryx, but we'll see. I'm just hoping for the Oryx players. I know I say it every week, I do, but I have a sneaking suspicion.
No clash. No clash.
No clash. I have a sneaking suspicion. Flores will see some tactical usage, not just memeage.
Bring him because he's Flores and because we harp on about it.
Yeah, exactly. I think he'll actually have a use in the attacks. Again, I'm not sure about that one. That one I'm not sure about at all.
Hopefully.
But
we can only cross our fingers, touch wood, all of that superstitious stuff.
I feel like both of these teams have worked on their Oregon plays and watched a lot of Oregon plays throughout the season and sort of figured out counters to it and how they can throw the other team for a loop. So we'll see who comes out on top of this. It's a lot of mind games with the setups today. So
Oryx,
we'll see who comes out on top.
Just
is saying what you want, or
yeah. I'm saying what I want, and I'm also saying what I hope to see. Oryx.
What you hope to see? Okay.
Flores.
Clash.
No.
I am genuinely surprised though that we haven't seen throughout the whole season. We haven't seen a lot of Monty. I don't think we've seen Monty on this stream.
I think we've seen him a couple of rounds. He's been brought.
Couple of rounds.
There's been a couple of rounds, but that's a couple of rounds more than a clash.
Yeah, well, that is true. If you know what, I'm gonna do it. If anyone is playing and is watching right now, you should be in the lobby. But hey,
you also shouldn't be watching.
You shouldn't be watching. I don't know. Actually, yeah, because the game. Yeah. Anyway, I just want Clash. Just get. I love Clash so much. She's so toxic. I feel like since we're getting everyone in the lobby, I have a little bit of time, so I might tell my Clash story. Yeah, we got a little bit of time. Wait, was that we're in? Will? Oh, cool. No, we got the story. Cool. Got time. So I actually had the question.
Here we go.
I like Clash. And I don't. I hate Clash. The funny thing is I hate Clash with a passion. But when I used to play tournaments a lot, we didn't want to waste a ban on Clash. And then whenever Clash wasn't banned by the other team, we would have to worry about it and we have to create a huge play around her to get rid of that Clash. This was the first season that she was allowed in competitive play. After they've worked out all the bugs and oh god, that was hell.
They still haven't.
They still haven't, yeah. So my ingenious plan was to main Clash on defense. We would vote to attack first, then we would get out our attacking rounds, and on defense I would main Clash every round. And I would work on it so then if they versed us again later in the season, or if they versed us in any other situation, or if they told other teams about it, or if other teams watch, whatever, they would ban Clash to target that. Even though I hated her. I preferred her to get banned, and I preferred her to go off the table so I could play a Jaeger, or someone with a bit more impact as
someone with more use.
Yeah, and that's the whole reason. That is the whole reason. It was a huge thing in the team that I played.
So
for.
you played Clash to get Clash target banned.
100%, and it worked.
You wanted to be target banned.
It worked.
Okay, look, if it works and
I don't know what else
broke,
to say.
don't fix it. But
if you don't believe me, Peepo was in that team
from Skyfire.
From Skyfire, Peepo Skyfire was in that team. She can back it up. That's what happened, and it worked.
And you're sticking with it.
I am sticking with it because it's a moving wall on defense that can electrocute people, and her secondary is so powerful. Like, it's so accurate. She needs more play because of how her usage is, but she needs to be worked around. Like, if you bring her, you can't just bring her haphazardly. You've got to work her into the strat somehow. For the first couple of matches with her, it was just, I was bringing her like, this will annoy the other team, and that doesn't really work. It does annoy them, but you don't secure a whole side of the map, because there were so many situations where you spawn in, you tell the team, I'm just going to hold this side of the map, so if they're attacking the other side, you guys got them. If they're attacking this side of the map, then I'll get someone to rotate over to me, because I had plenty of time to wait. So I'm hoping maybe we'll see some Clash, or even better, we see some Clash in the finals.
Moving on from Clash a little bit. No hidden Clash stats. Please, no. Moving on from Clash a little bit to the Clash that's about to happen between Radical and Rens. Hey, it's a good segue. Between Radical Rebels and Rens, what do you think Rens have got to do to beat Rebels? And then what do you think Rebels have got to do to beat Rens? What are the key points? Okay.
Key points, I would think, off the bat, despite the numbers that showed up, we got 75 for Rebels and 50 for Rens, which was the win rates. I think Rens start off with the upper hand here. I think with their strats and the way that they secure the map, it's very powerful and it's hard to get rid of. They're very smart with holding vertical or holding offsite and then falling back bit by bit, which is exactly how you're meant to do it. We're going through the flyover.
We're in.
And
we're in.
We're in. Great. To summarize, I think Rebels have to disrupt that. If they're able to disrupt that flow that Rens have, then they've got it. But it's all up to that disruption of Rens' tactics and their flow.
So it's what you're saying is it's Rens to lose at this point in time.
I believe so. That's if we had cast a choice, that's where my choice would lie. Just wink.
I'd go the chaos vote. My vote's with Rebels. My vote's with Rebels.
Am I shocked? Not in the slightest. No, I do. I think it's going to be a good matchup here. It's a tough to pick one, I suppose, but I think we'll see some back and forth depending on how the tactics play out and how the planning works. And since Thatcher's still on the board, there's already some chaotic energy flowing.
Okay, Jackal taken out by Rens.
I think that makes sense. Rens love, as I said, they love playing off-site. Love playing off-site and holding different angles.
And from the last couple of games that we've seen Rebels play, they have played the Jackal quite heavily.
Yeah, I think we'll see some more Nomad from Rens and Rebels as well, most likely. With the Jackal being banned, they need to stop those roamers. They need to push everyone back to site or eliminate them before they get there.
And there's everyone's seemingly least favorite Spaniard, Mira, on the ban table again.
Yeah, I kind of, I always, we always go through what we wish and what we hope for throughout the map, and I always bring up Clash, but Mira's always fun to see, but you never get to see her, so there's no point even hoping for it at this point.
Just forget Mirror exists sometimes.
Yeah, sadly. That's how it used to be with Thatcher, but now a couple more bans favoring the Maverick and taking in Thatcher to see if someone can Bandit Trick or Mute Trick, or you can't really Mute Trick a wall, but, you know, just work on the walls in a different way. And as I say that, the Bandit is taken out of the game by Zero and replaced with Smoke. As they play, I think I saw upstairs. Again, memory of a goldfish.
Attackers need to locate and
Upstairs,
No.
yeah. No, basement.
No, that is a basement site.
Off the bat, which I love, and the elbow hold from Zero comes straight out. Getting that shield set up, and Allura just backing that shield up with ADSs. The standard, nice hold in elbow to lay that bunker push.
The Rooney gates as well. The laser gates as well.
Laser gates.
On that double door. One on the freezer door, one on laundry. Cutting off the 3 main avenues of attack for the attackers.
Yeah, definitely. I think the only eyes they would have to keep heavily on would be rear stage and rear stage stairs. But there are cameras up there that if they're shot out, you'll know someone's up there straight away. They generally do get shot out early if you have anyone pushing through there, but at least you'll know, and at least that pillar player, in this case Mystique, will have an alert out and be able to watch out for those stairs.
Now, Rens are making quick work of doing that roam clear and making sure there's nobody playing too far off site, where they've started to take that top floor.
Looks like we've got 2 roamers on the side of Rebels, being the Aruni and Jaeger. Not going all the way up to the top, but still just putting some pressure around. As I say that, I believe Weasel's heading up white stairs to put that pressure on the top floor. And just to take out those attackers, and rotating back after a drone spots her.
A couple of drones have been taken out now on that attacker side. There's 3 still in that back pocket, but 4 drones, now 3 drones left on the table.
There's 5 drones left. There's 5 drones left. So the blacked out ones are just ones that aren't thrown out yet, I believe.
Yes, no, I'm counting up the top corner. Top right-hand corner. 4 drones out now, 2 in the back pocket.
Oh, you mean out in play?
Yeah. Another drone gets taken out, and Cortari takes out Weasel on that roam clear.
Reloading, cover me.
And Sporky doing the same to Allura. That's both roamers for Rebels out early with more than a minute left in the round for Ren to push. That's huge. Those roam clears did the dirty work as fast as they needed to do.
Pushing very quickly down the laundry stairs and getting angles onto site already. Being drones flying out and coming down into site. Going to pick apart the fence here from Rebels. Smoke canister goes out. Not quite managing to do anything there. Aussie Ash in freezer, just missing the IQ. Does see. Lands a couple of shots, but gets more shots landed on her. 3 players now at the bottom of freezer for Rens. Only Aussie Ash holding them off. Sporky takes out Mystique. Free fire comes out from Sporky with the triple on the round. Cortari finishes off Zero. Take that round flawlessly.
Those fragging potential straight out of the gate. Cortari and Sporky not waiting to warm up, not needing, probably spending some time already warming up before the game, and just not having any hesitation as soon as the game starts. Taking out, I think it was 2 to Cortari, 3 to Sporky on the triple. Just pushing through. It was a fair bit of destruction there from those 2. And I think that shows the execution style that Rens has. Bit by bit, knew where those roamers were, pinched them into a position where someone else could claim the kill, and they fell like dominoes. 1 by 1, as soon as those roamers were out, just pushed down, Maybe a bit of variation up in that defense strategy could have stopped the push and freezer.
Maybe, but you don't. First round, you don't know how they're going to attack the site, so you don't know what variation you need to throw into it to begin with.
So if we see a downstairs hold again, we might see some alteration from the defense side. But from there, just good job to Rens. The execution, as I said before, there was methodical.
Handy dispatch of the roamers, and not allowing those roamers to play off each other as well by splitting, dividing and conquering, and just playing to your strengths, which is those one-on-one gunfights that we've said in past streams, with Rens just winning their ones and winning their twos, and that's their game.
And ultimately winning the threes off that. Just builds up from there. And that's quick math.
Good maths. Quick maths.
Good maths is quick maths. Anything that takes more than 5 seconds, I don't want any part of it. It's too complicated for me at that point. As we say that, Rens securing Big Tower already, getting that early foothold on the map to open up the attic wall, it seems. Notably, only one hard breacher on the side of Rens, although Sporky may have the hard breach secondary, as there is a Mexican standoff in Small Tower, and there is the hard breach secondary. Yes.
Just going to poke in here. Weasel skulking around that corner in the shower 90. Does manage to hit Sporky and take out Sporky on that 0. Those cameras not being used would lose a hell of a lot of utility for the attackers there.
A lot of utility. That's 4 cameras, a hard bridge charge, and the gun off Sporky. That's a big early pick there for Weasel.
And there was not a lot of damage taken in return for that. Weasel just still skulking around that area. The hard breach does go off, and we now have... The hard breach of Thermite does go off, and we now have an avenue into sight. Weasel still skulking around in that stage area.
Meeting room?
Meeting room is the one that I was looking for, thank you. Two of Rens are now pushing in, Cortari and Brunek. Brunek holding the long angle onto the concrete. Weasel with the double onto Cortari. That's the 2 players that picked apart Radical last round, taken out by Weasel. 2v5, 50 seconds left. It all looks like it's coming up Radical this round too. Triple for Weasel.
Just make sure that it does do exactly that.
Burner Bear is the last one left. Can't manage to convert anything there. Aussie Ash finalizing the round, putting a full stop on it. And that, I think, is back-to-back flawless rounds for both teams.
I was just about to say the same. Back-to-back flawless rounds. And I think, if I may be so bold, it outlines my points quite well. If Rens are able to methodically go through their strategy, they would have the upper hand the whole way through the round. Whereas if Rebels can stop that methodical planning and that
here we
pressure
have it.
early,
we have it.
Oh, we have it. No 6-pick, Weasel. No.
No.
You did that on purpose. I know.
Yeah, there's a laughter there.
I cannot believe that. Oh.
So disappointed. Baiting us, and knowing there's the yes. See,
yep, there it is. It was for us. Okay.
Baiting.
Okay.
Baiting.
Well, after I was just about to give the compliment to Rebels and specifically to Weasel for that play, but well, that hurts. They just found it out early. They knew. We're not calling anything Denmark.
There's no Denmark. Norway is the only Scandinavian country, and that's not even on this map.
That's not anywhere near it. You know, we can have the Norway argument when we're on Villa, but not here.
The correct map for the Norway argument.
Oh, Weasel, that was just nasty.
Evil.
How could you do that? Evil. Pure chaotic energy.
Which, look, they need more of that. And the chaotic energy is working.
Yeah.
More of it
Yeah.
And it will work even better.
Very true. As I was, to finish my point, I was going to continue on to say, if Rebels are able to stop that methodical attack or preparation early, then the dominoes will fall in the other direction. And
Frost
with
is
2
still
flawless rounds, I think
There's
that
still a
outlines
Frost.
that.
I've just noticed there is
There's
still
still
a
a
Frost.
because Weasel used the
six
six
pick
pick
to bait
get
us.
off the Oryx. Yep. And Frost on a downstairs site too, in kitchen dining, which is I want to know where those frost mats are. Oh, there's one on double.
There's one on the double window.
I'm going to assume one's on.
I think they've spotted that one.
bottom
Burner Bear
wire.
on drone, I think, has spotted out Weasel. Sporky might jump in to try and capitalize on that. Definitely looking for her. Free Fire comes out, Meeps gets 0, and it's a 4v5. 4 Rens in an early part of the round. Weasel gets taken out by Meeps as well, double for her. Pushing in through that attic. Going for a triple there. Not quite seeing the player. Mystique managing to take out Meeps. And a drone, just for good measure. Add a bit of insult to injury. Looking for another player. There, the Frost Mat goes off, taking out Burner Bear, who I was sure spotted it on the drone earlier. But will be revived by Sporky. Partner in crime.
But brought down to 20 health and no down phase now for Burner Bear. That is quite big, but that means 2 logic bombs left on Dokkaebi, as I don't think one has been used yet, but I could be wrong. At least, if they have, they've already been used. But I would say at least 1 left, but I'm not 100% on that.
Probably at least 1 left, saving it for the latter half of the round. And speaking of which, we have 40 seconds left to go. The defenders still 3 roaming around, well, not roaming around, but near site. 1 player in security, not quite spotted out by the drone of Sporky. Wonder if that's a clear call coming out.
Yeah. I think something may have been called out there, but definitely Frost spotted out.
Mystique taking out Burner Bear. And that puts it onto a 3v3. Plant going down from Brew in the back corner of kitchen behind the smokes. Sporky taking out Alora. 1 still in kitchen. Not quite managing to see Brew. And that's the end there.
And that's all she wrote. For that round, at least.
For that round.
For that round.
Game is still going.
Yes, and I think, I feel like I need to reiterate myself. The early picks, the disruption. I think they're the methodical planning. They put the distraction on Big Window, and Meeps was just able to push in and take them out one by one. Started the dominate trail. It was almost stopped, but not enough. So it wasn't quite flawless. And I kind of knew Weasel was going to switch off that.
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to bring it up. I didn't
Neither. I got a little bit excited inside.
And then you saw who was playing it, like, oh.
Then I saw the name and just, that's another bait. It's another
bait. Yeah. There's no point reacting to that. It hurts. It hurts inside.
Every time.
Every single time. But what I will point out is no more 0 on Sporky. Now that Zofia coming out, I should say. Which is an interesting play. I think Sporky's been great on the 0. But maybe, not a lot of utility usage from the 0. It's just a lot of frag potential, which leans towards Zofia. So maybe we'll see some more usage, aside from the assault rifle coming out from Sporky. And we'll see how this plays out. But I thought I wanted to put a pin on that and see how that goes this round for her. As the setup for the defense comes out.
The setup for the defense has changed ever so slightly. They're bringing more of the grenade denial in with the... They're not bringing an Aruni for this site. So they have already adapted to the last time that the Wrens attacked this site. Will this adapt? Will this translate into a change in the outcome?
I think it's very possible, but last time there was just a sort of the the roamers were taken out too early, so we're not seeing as heavy as a roam presence on the side of Rebels. So it really depends how the attack goes.
You say that, but Weasel is top floor this time instead of second floor.
Playing the top hatch, maybe. But regardless, actually, the attack came from Freezer. The full team attack came from Freezer, and now they're sitting outside bunker where Zero holds her ground. So it could very much be a completely different round right here, as Mystique is already in a firefight from that same bunker position.
Free Fire comes out through the smoke, not dealing too much damage to anyone there. Meeps has made it through the smoke cloud and has pushed her way into the barrels. Frag grenade in hand, but doesn't manage to throw it. Gets taken out by Weasel, who is holding the Pixel down to bunker. The magnet comes out. Pre-fire also coming out from the Ren's player, who is now playing in that bunker location.
Attackers have dropped the bomb diffuser.
Zero grabbing Brunek with the shotgun from behind the shield. An incredibly powerful weapon that we've seen multiple times on this stream.
and that's diffuser down as well.
And has converted Loam.
Yes, I have been converted to a shotgun player, and I will use the shotgun for more than just breaches whenever I play smoke. And that brings it down to a 2v2 right there on the side of Rebels as Sporky walks in and does what she does best with the frag potential on Sophia coming out to shine right now.
Bomb located by attackers.
Diffuser still down, shield still up. The Jaeger device had it reset in time. Is that shield still there? Yes, it is.
15 seconds.
Burner Bear
Attackers
taken down
their diffuser.
by
But
Zero.
the
The
reinforcement
refrag.
was
The
played
refrag
already.
from Sporky.
5 seconds left.
Zero playing her life there. 2v1.
Attackers drop the
Sporky, man, just getting caught in that crossfire there from on-site and from Freezer. Not quite managing to clutch out the round.
So, I want to highlight a couple of things there. Firstly, which happened later in the round, the reinforcement came out to trap. I think it was Zero playing in the smoke.
Yeah.
To trap Zero, and Zero's just holding that diffuser with her life. Got the first kill, allowing it for a 2v1. There was 10 seconds left for Sporky to make a play. There's not much you can do there. So it was a great play, but it was a sacrifice for the greater good.
It was a very good read by Rebels to go, look, we're just going to trap you in there with two attackers and go for your life.
Yeah. Secondly, I want to bring up, I think Weasel took that round, personally. That nade that was going to come out would have destroyed the shield. The ADS was thatched, so it was down in that time. And by the time that Rens could recover and get a Zofia around there, or any other, shield denial, or any soft destruction, the ADSs were already reset and ready to go. And that shield position saved by Weasel probably held the round out for that extra time that made Sporky have to make a final play. So it was good plays by everyone all right, but I just want to highlight that one player taking out that nade right as it was going to get thrown.
And yet it was dropped at the feet of the attackers.
Dropped at the feetsies.
Dropped right at the toesies. Three of Rens are now pushing that big tower position, trying to clear out and take that area of the map. And two looking like they're going round to the double window. Weasel taking an early pick onto Cortari. That's the Thatcher already off the board. Very, very early on.
That's quite powerful right there, as Mystique leaves the game on the side of Rebels. That's no good. We'll see what happens here, but it does bring it to a 4v4. As I was saying, it puts more emphasis on the IQ now for the side of the attack. With no Thatcher in play, IQ is going to have to go below, maybe with a Zofia to take out any mute jammers that may still be there, as 2 smokes get thrown out in the exact same spot.
Zero
And-
taking out
yes.
Sporky, and we now have a 4v3 for Radical Rebels with 1 minute 25 seconds left on the clock. No ground taken by Renz here. It's a very slow moving round, this one. But there's been a couple of very, very strong picks from the Rebels.
Yeah, taking out both the Thatcher and Zofia. Just absolute chaos from Rebels. Taking out those key operators. If the IQ gets taken out next, then that's no way to breach the wall.
As you were saying, IQ has just managed to get that jammer off the main wall.
Yeah, it's okay. There it is.
Located by attackers.
Yes, with no Thatcher, the IQ is the only one who's able to do any damage from safety, I suppose.
Reinforced wall is
someone swings in.
opened now, and that line of sight now secured. Zero with the C4, my favorite, taking out Brew. Meeps falls very shortly after from Weasel. All left to Burnabear.
Covered the bomb diffuser.
That G8.
Left.
Pre-fires don't quite manage to do it, and Zero takes out that round.
As you have mentioned before. Yes, pause. We're going to pause to get all the players back into the lobby. But as you have mentioned before, Pocket Chaos.
Pocket Chaos.
Pocket Chaos. The C4 Pocket Chaos.
C4 Pocket Chaos. Pocket, just toss a Nokia on the ceiling and that's good. Call it a day.
Now, I just want to let everyone know, don't worry, it is not actually 0-0. It is not... Don't worry about that.
I've forgotten the score already, though.
Yeah, I believe so. If Rebels just took that, then...
It is close enough, though, that it might as well be 0-0.
It may be 3-2 right now. Yep.
It is neck and
3-2.
neck.
3-2 with Rebels just taking that round, so it is
there we
back
go.
and forth the whole time. Which we did state. These two teams can go head-to-head.
They're close.
They are
They're incredibly close.
So
it's been round to Renz, round to Radical, round to Renz, round to Radical, and that's, I think, the first time that Rebels have taken a double, or anyone's taken a double round win in a row. It's these last two rounds. Yeah, these last two rounds. It's been back and forward, and Radical just seem to have pulled ahead now.
Yeah.
Ahead. They're still in a deadlock if Renz manages to win this next one.
Which I think would be trouble for Radical. I think if Radical want to take this map, they have to take the next round. Going 4-2 at the end of your defensive half is crucial on Oregon, especially when you're going up to a team like Renz, who are powerful on the defense. We've spoken about how much they like to roam, how much they like to use that vertical play on the defense.
But then sometimes Renz are stronger on their attack than their defense. And we've seen it in previous games that they've been stronger on that attacking side.
I just messed up my hair. It just stayed. I don't know what happened. I thought it would fall back and it just stayed. Anyway, that's not what we wanted to see.
The minor look of, I guess, panic on your face.
So this morning I took a shower and it's all fluffy now, and like I shouldn't have put as much stuff in it, like to clean it. I should have just left it, but it's very fluffy.
I think the word you're looking for.
No, because I put in other stuff, not just shampoo.
Oh, conditioner.
No, more than just conditioner. Like, I don't know, like healthcare stuff, like hair care stuff. I don't even know. Yep. I just put it. Whatever's in the bottle goes on my head. I really don't focus. Anyway, back to the game. Yes, I do agree with you. It can go either way, where Renz is a more powerful attacking side or a more powerful defending side. Personally, I believe the map in general is defender-sided. But you can have, again, it can go either way. I think Oregon is a map that is very balanced in the way that teams can throw in a whole bunch of things to throw the other team
Absolutely.
out of the park. Like, they have no idea what's going on, so you can take the control in the attacking side. You can take control on the defending side. Right here, we're seeing a lot of back and forth, which might continue through the whole round, but I really think it's important for Rebels to have Renz's number on their attacking side.
I don't want to preempt it. I don't want to preempt it, but at the same time, I do. I think we may be going through to possibly the full length of this. I don't want to use the word because we'll curse it.
If you say the word, then I'll say it as well, and then it'll not happen. Like, nothing will happen. Like, the stream will stop because the
we don't want to say it. We don't want to say it.
Do I have any paper around? I can write it. Just
overtime.
You got a bit of a cough there.
Yeah. Might have slipped out while I was coughing as well. You know, just overtime.
Okay.
Please.
I think
make it happen.
Chance to have overtime. Definitely.
No, you've said it. No!
Yeah, you said it twice. You said 3 times actually. So I'm trying to even it out.
I want to see. it. We've spoken about it previous weeks.
Yeah.
We haven't seen it yet. We want to see it. We want to see it.
Do you think it goes to 8-7 or 8-6 if we see overtime?
8-7. It'll be an 8-7. It'll be full overtime.
All right. Okay.
If it goes there, it'll be full.
All right. Well, I mean, we don't have an official casting selection, like choices. So what's the word?
Prediction.
That's the one. Thank you.
Prediction.
Don't have official, but I'm gonna stay with my hedge bets.
Stay with your hedge bets.
Well, I'm not gonna change it just because you're like, oh yes, it goes back and forth. So right now, Rebels have the lead. No, I think they can come through. I think on the defense, they know that their strats have been seen. So I think we're gonna see some new avenues from Renz. I don't think we're gonna see the exact same vertical plays that we saw them play last time.
We're also seeing a lot of adaptation from the Rebels, and
yes,
they are changing every time, whether it was a win or a loss. It's a new strat the next time they play the same site. So if we see the same thing on the attacking side, we could be in for a treat.
Oh, we are.
We've already been treated. The last 5 rounds have all been treats. This one's just more. Have a little bit more siege as a treat. I
think this applies to every team. I think we say it a lot, is if you can't adapt, you're not going to win. You can have the best strat in the whole game, and as soon as you bring out that strat, you destroy the other team. As soon as you bring it out a second time, it is significantly worse.
Woo! We're back.
We're back. Cool. Internet not so flashy now. There's a lot of weather going on. Oh,
New Zealand internet not
I
looking
see.
so.
Yeah, that connection.
Locate and defuse.
It's all right. We're still in, and we're going strong. We're going back to kitchen dining, which I think was the last option, unless they wanted to go kitchen meeting.
It would have been the last option.
Yeah.
Kitchen dining or kitchen meeting. And they're both much of a muchness. I mean, you do hold them slightly differently, but you really...
Sorry, can you say that again?
You hold them slightly differently.
No. Much of a muchness?
Much of a muchness, yes.
Yeah,
it's an either-either sort of situation.
Oh, it's an old person, like sort of terminology.
Here we go.
That what you're saying? Okay, that's fine. I see where you're coming from now. I get you. That is true, though. You do hold them very similar. Although there's more emphasis on... you know what? I don't like holding either of those sites, so I'm not going to speak like I know how to hold them perfectly, but I would have wagered there's less of an emphasis on shower when you're not holding dining.
Yeah, it's more of a vertical hold if you're playing a meeting, and it's more of a horizontal hold with some sort of presence around shower if you're holding the dining. As Rebels have elected to go the dining with more... I think there's more vertical hold.
Yes, there's more vertical hold over...
Yes.
Yeah, there it is. Over in Kids and in Attic, as the reinforcements have been shut and the hatches have been opened, allowing Mystique and Weasel's going straight downstairs after hearing, I assume, the call out that Small Tower is getting attacked. A lot of attacking present from Small Tower as Mystique already takes some damage from upstairs, I would assume. And
Weasel
getting really low.
Taking quite a bit of damage, and I think that was from Burner Bear there on the window, just holding a pixel.
Pixel angles can be dangerous. You might have the advantage for a little bit, but if someone knows to pre-fire, you can soak up a lot of damage, and sometimes, well, a lot of the times, not come out quite healthy.
C4 going out.
I think that was a breaching charge.
No, that was a grenade, and now a breaching charge going out, and that opens up the breach for Rens. They now have an avenue onto site. Mystique challenging Burner Bear on that white stairs window, with Weasel backing her up.
Sporky just walking into site, knowing that the droning is gonna feed her all the information she needs as Zero hits the deck, as well as Weasel with that small little bit of HP that she had left.
Strolls onto site, takes the ground, plants has gone down from Brew. It's now a 2v5 post-plant. 35 seconds is now left on the clock after the plant. Prone player of Sporky takes out Ash. Staying in that spot. Mystique now having to pick up the pieces of a defense that is crumbled before Rens.
Yeah, and I Mystique can pull something out here. Oh, okay, there it is.
And there's the flawless round to bookend it nicely. You've had a flawless round from Rens to start it, flawless round to end it, and that's just
and a lot of back and forth in between.
Sandwiched it in the middle.
just
The rest
a
of the
nice
round,
siege sandwich.
Nice siege sandwich, which usually sandwiches in siege are not nice because it involves two players from the opposing team pinching you.
Yes, that is true. I was wondering where you were going with that.
This one from us, or for us, I should say, has been very, very nice. It's been a treat. And we're back to even. We are back to even.
Back to even, yes. I was very confused when the C4, you called the C4. I thought, Frost doesn't have a C4, does she?
No, there was some explosion.
It was a breaching charge from above, from the Thatcher. On the soft floor on above in Small Tower. And then the Newt Gem, I believe, was taken out from that same hole. And then that's where the sort of dominoes started to fall from there. We do have a Rook. So obviously very different playstyles, obviously, between the two teams. Having a Rook in this lineup, which is great to see. Maybe a spawn peek? No? Just a little bit of scariness coming from the Rook.
Taking out a drone, I think that was.
Although that impact grenade looks like it's setting up angles.
On the drone hunt there.
Yeah, there's an angle, We can go back to Rook. There is an angle being made through that wall.
Yeah,
there it is.
Nasty angle.
There it is. I knew something with the 2x scope was coming out.
Is she going to get Mystique? Is Mystique going to fall for that one? No, she's
it doesn't
not.
Look like it. Cortari, I'm sorry for exposing you like that, but I had to see it myself. That is a nice angle.
It does look like the drone work was good enough that Cortari's angle has been spoiled. Mystique opting to go the long way. Well, not even the long way, just another way that does not cross that angle.
Yeah. Just maybe wanted to spawn over there, take out the camera, and then just head over to Big Tower.
Sporky coming up the rear stage stairs. Zero Prince watching the flank for a player just like that and falls off it just as Sporky would get into that line of sight. Aussie Ash has droned Sporky out and she will have to fall back into that basement, the Myriad there, and disappear from the view of Radical.
Your vocab entertains me, Killer.
I'm glad.
I love that word. I love that word. It's just so sophisticated. As Meeps takes out Zero on the swing into Attic. Nice shots played right there. And also taking out some extra intel from the attackers.
That Zero out, and I think one impact was used, or one of the grenades was used and eaten up by that ADS, which has reset itself. And more players from Radical are jumping into that big tower. Aussie Ash has spotted the mute climbing the stairs. Doesn't quite manage to land a kill shot, but stops Sporky in her tracks. And forcing her to fall off that position. Through the hatch, that's a long angle being held by both of those players. Neither really wanting to full-on challenge it.
But if you want any defender holding that angle, Rook is the way to go.
C4 from Sporky takes out Mystique and Allura in that master bedroom. Sporky
Pocket chaos.
Coming up into that, holding that diffuser now. Weasel on the Ash. Breach has been opened. We'll push in and challenge Meeps' position. Not effectively though, as Meeps takes a double there on Weasel. Aussie Ash, last one left. Takes a little bit of damage from the fall. Goes in. ADS eats up the grenade, and Meeps eats up Aussie Ash. That is the round.
That did not go the way Rebels wanted. Wrens had their number at every turn.
Started to fall from the Pocket Chaos.
Oh, I think it started to fall a little earlier from that, but that was the point of no return right there. And here we can see no wins by time or diffuser, which would be time, just going the other direction.
Kills,
every
kills,
round,
kills.
kills. A lot of kills coming out this round, and this game, and
every round
you can really see it with this game, with this matchup.
Every round, more kills.
More kills, yeah, that's generally how this works. I think for Rebels that there could have been a lot of different things that could have been changed. So there's not one big thing, but at the end I expected Ash to push with Weasel, or at least have some backup for Weasel, or get off the T3 level of Big Tower to be ready to push with such little time left. But Weasel pushed in alone, and there was no refrag potential there, as there was two angles that the attackers had to watch if they pushed into Attic. The call was made a long time ago that the hatch was open and someone was below, and there's just you can't look at both the hatch and the swing if it's just one person. So I think maybe there might have been a bit of hope to push into sight there, but again, it would have been a tough position for anyone to be in at that stage, as Burnabear's finally setting up the elbow hold there with 25 seconds into the round, which generally is one of the first things set up to get all the right equipment ready for it. But the Thatcher's coming out and disabling all that aforementioned equipment as Burnabear waits.
Burnabear's waiting for those attackers to push in. The doorway has been opened. Thatcher grenade has gone out, but it doesn't look like anything is going to be pushed. Drone's coming out.
As Burnabear still holds that angle, and the attackers switch off the bunker push. Allura seems to be going down the laundry stairs for the droning. Sporky takes out Zero, and Brunette comes back into the fold, bringing it to a 4v4. But 1 minute 30 left, and Sporky just doing what Sporky does best, taking out the Allura, which is the ace gone, but a couple of ace charges already used, and Mystique quickly bringing it back to a 3v3, taking out the big hitter from Sporky. That's the mute gone, but more importantly, the gun from Sporky is gone. I don't think any C4s were used from Sporky, so also a bit of pocket chaos disappearing right there. As the Ayana drone brought down the stairs, followed quietly behind by Weasel, pushing all the way to the door and almost seeing Burner Bear at the shield. Able to convert, bringing it to a 3v2, going towards the Rebels' favor at this point.
Meeps pre-firing in, taking out Weasel or downing Weasel there. Mystique not managing to push in, taking a bit of damage. Mystique does manage, though, to take out 2 of the players.
That was a very good round for both teams. I think once the gun of Sporky was taken off the board, the attackers felt a lot more confident to just push in. They had a lot of intel, but it just seems like they had a lot of intel. I wasn't exactly sure where their drones were, but Weasel was confident enough to swing onto site and swing onto that rotate between sites, knowing almost that no one was in hallway able to pick her from there. So that confidence was great, giving Weasel the opportunity to just push in, get the kill, get the opportunity for both the other team members to bring in for the pinch, and then even though she went down in the end, we had Mystique on the other side, converting on that pinch and just securing the round for them.
Now the choice has been made to try and replay that site for Rens.
This time it looks like the setup for elbows happening a lot earlier, with the shield going down instead of 25 seconds after the round, 25 seconds before the round starts.
It's generally the way it's done.
Generally the way it is usually done. I suppose it can go either way. As long as it's done before that bunker door gets open, it really doesn't matter when.
5 seconds left.
As long as you get everything else done in total, as the hatches are quite important as well, but it's very off-putting or nerve-wracking when you're doing them 10 seconds into the round and you think, oh, if there's a rush, I am not going to survive this. As Cortari just decides to walk outside for a nice little stroll, checking if anyone's walking up the ramp from construction, and then going back inside with that information.
Unsure what she managed to spot, but giving the attackers some information that there is one playing around that area.
As it looks like a slight stack on the attackers coming from Garage, and as I say that, they'd like to split off from Garage, leaving only 2 in Garage.
Cast a curse. Cast a curse.
Alright, I'm just going to say exactly what's going to happen, and the exact opposite will happen. That's how I can place my bets, I reckon, from here. Because that is insane.
Sporky taking out Weasel, and that's the Ash off the board very quickly.
Sporky's being the power hitter on 15 and 4 for Rens. Absolutely a destruction incarnate right there.
We've had a few players on Radical that are really popping up at the moment. Zero, Weasel, and Mystique. As I say that, Mystique gets taken out by the juggernaut that is Sporky.
Right now, just walking around, just not knowing. Sorry, not worrying for her own safety. Just going in and knowing I'm going to take out the next person I see. As she does just that so far, but the contest between Zero and Sporky just about to take place.
Looks away, just as Sporky is about to push it. Sporky with the shots.
That's a triple for Sporky. Taking out the attackers one by one, forcing them together. 2 on the laundry stairs with at least 2 guns pointed straight at both Alora and Ash.
Alora, pre-fire's coming out. Looks like Sporky is going to attempt the flank and get stopped by Ash watching the flank. However, while Ash was watching, the smoke did manage to pick up, Cortari on the smoke managed to pick up Alora and Diffuser. Now has 2 to 3 guns pointed at it. Magnet picks up the second grenade, stopping that, but does detonate the Goyo shield, meaning that Brew needs to relocate from that hot area. Cortari finishing off Aussie Ash, taking out the round. And that's the first time we've seen more than 2 rounds won in a row.
We saw that last half.
No,
Rebels
more
did
than
that.
2. More than 2.
More than 2. Sorry.
That was, unless, no, hang on. Radical won the last one. Never mind.
Yes.
Never mind.
Take a step. Take a step.
Ignore me. Ignore me.
Don't worry. I'm good at ignoring your Norway calls, so I'm used to it.
Norway's the best call.
I think right there, if I'm not mistaken, I am very bad at remembering. I am serious when I say I have the memory of a goldfish, everyone who's watching. So, but I believe Cortari was on the smoke.
Yes.
Yes, good. I think Cortari does a great, obviously Sporky. Well done with a 4K. 3K, sorry, almost a 4K. But got taken out right before that conversion. But Cortari timing those smokes perfectly. 30 seconds left. You've got 3 canisters. That's all you need. You can hold off 1 entry point for 30 seconds with a smoke if you time those canisters perfectly. And at the 10-second mark was when the last canister was activated, not giving any room to move, and just forcing the win basically for Renz. As Weasel notices, there is a Valkyrie on the other team, and not hiding the fact that she knows that, as those cameras go outside, maybe for some runouts later in the round. But it goes outside on the south tree, outside of Game's window, which may have spotted Weasel.
Calling out the cam spot there. No secrets when you're being cast. Especially when you're casting them. You're pointing out.
I want to see those secrets. I love to see them, and I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I do that, but it's good. I love learning things that people know about Siege. I love seeing how people view the game and how, there's just angles that I never heard about or never seen to their full extent, or things that I've known for ages that people put a twist on. That's why I love this game. I have a love-hate relationship with Siege, but this is where the love side comes from. It's quite amazing to see some new things, and how reliable some things are for other people. So I am sorry for calling out everything.
Reliable is Alora, taking out Cortari as the first opening kill of the game. That is a
round.
Bit of a... Oh, yes, round. That is a... We're both mucking that up, but that's a big pick with the Wamai going down, not having the time to put out more than 3 magnets.
No more magnets coming out for Renz. A very good pick. I don't know exactly where that was taken place. Maybe Trophy, but I'm not too sure about that, as Weasel just pushes in. But Sporky, yes.
Sneaking up those laundry stairs. Being watched by Weasel. This could be a bit of a showdown here. Not knowing that Weasel is holding the angle, waiting for Sporky. Sporky is waiting for the intel to come out, if anyone's there. Weasel's going to challenge it. Does pre-fire, but misses. Both players now know that there is another player there. Sporky does decide to fall off that, as Burnabear gets the kill onto Mystique, and that's the Thatcher off the board. Zero and Ash pushing into Attic, with Meeps guarding that jealously. There goes the ADS. Doesn't manage to land the kill. Burnabear taking out a second one in Alora, and that's Hard Breach off the board. Zero manages to snag Meeps in that Attic. And it's now a 3v3. 3v2 now, with Sporky taking out Zero.
10 seconds
Having
remaining.
flanked up the rear stage stairs and taken out Zero through the hatch.
Bomb located by attackers.
Plant going down by Weasel. 3 players left. Not sure if there's a knowledge of that. There is knowledge of that. And Brew taking out Weasel on that sneaky plant.
with no time left, no options for Weasel, just walk in and plant as soon as she could, but alas, no result from Rebels from that one. Very unlucky as well. I want to highlight the fact that those two in the standoff with Weasel and Sporky were the last alive. Well, Weasel was one of the last alive for her team, but were still alive at the end of the round after that trade out. They both decided, no, we're going to go the other way. Very confident in the other's ability and thought, I'm not going to risk that fight. Let's switch it up and go somewhere else.
It shows the respect between at least Weasel and Sporky of these teams that, yeah, I'm not going to take that because I know that player could win it. And
I might win this, but it's a big risk, so let's not.
It shows a lot of respect for, Sporky respects Weasel's gunplay and Weasel the same back for Sporky. Sporky is having an outstanding game at the moment. 19-5.
Almost a 20 bomb. I have a very strong feeling that she may get it this round, but I want you to say the opposite so we even it out.
No, you want me to say that it's going to happen.
Oh, right, yeah, I want you to agree with me. That's right.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't want to agree with you, but at the same time, it would be unfair on Sporky to put that curse on her.
I think with the way that she's been playing, it doesn't matter what curse I place on her. She can get the job done. But the more I say that, maybe the curse gets bigger. I don't know how it works. It's magic.
We're new to this. We're new to this.
At the end of the day, it's all magic. So who knows what's going to come out of this. But
smoke and mirrors. Smoke and mirrors.
Mirrors banned, actually.
Mirrors always banned.
We'll not see some mirrors from her. But some smokes from the attacking team, very, very highly likely.
And some smokes from Cortari as well.
Very true. Very true.
Sporky lining up on that double window. Waiting for either Zero or Mystique to pop in.
Just pop in and say hello as she sits up on the table getting the off angle and holding her ground right in the corner. Backed into a bit of a corner, but still in an advantageous position as far as the angles go.
There is a drone that is spotting out. I think that smoke of Cortari has been spotted out by the drone. Now, the Mystique and I think it's Zero are now looking to capitalize on that. Weasel entertaining the idea of jumping in the attic, but deciding to hold the angle instead. Cortari looking for the pick on Weasel. Doesn't manage to find it, but does manage to find Mystique. Weasel now looking to see if she can find Cortari. Grenade, I think, going out to clear that top mute jammer. Open up that wall.
1 minute left in the round, and it doesn't look like the attackers have made any foothold onto the map yet. Maybe small tower, but that seems to be it.
Weasel taking out
trade
Sporky.
comes out.
Sporky taking out Weasel. That's the 20.
And
but no more for this round. Cortari taking out Zero in a quick, brief exchange of gunfire. Laura and Ash, last ones. Last one's left.
not sure exactly how to approach this attack, and I don't blame them here. Very difficult situation that they are both tasked with, having to clear out the rest of the defenders or plant with 4 guns facing them.
And 15 seconds left.
With not a lot of time left on their plate.
Every second that goes by, the task becomes more and more impossible. 5 seconds left. Doesn't look like it's going to be done. Alora does take out Brew. Does go for the plant.
But,
and there we go. Burn-a-Bear taking out Alora. And that's it. That's the game.
And that's
game,
PG heading
set,
to Rens.
Match. It looked like Radical could have taken it. At that point, it looked at a lot of the game until the side switch. It looked like, even for the first half of that side switch, it looked like Radical could have had it.
And that was the first round won by time on the side of defense.
It was.
Yeah, congratulations to Renz, obviously, and to Sporky for the 20 bomb. Just getting over the line with a trade off at the end. If Weasel took that away from Sporky, but still didn't somehow convert the round, that would have been
close. That's how close the curse was.
Yes, I mean, I told
Came
you she was
down to a
able to push
trade.
through. No matter
Came
what
down to a
I
trade.
said, she was able to push through. So that's okay. I mean, it's fine. That proves that I don't have a curse because I didn't do it. She was able
No,
to
but I
get
still
it.
agreed with you.
No,
Yes.
it was me. It was all me. No, but yeah, that was a great game. I think in the second half, it was very close in a lot of those rounds. Not close in the end, in the final 10 seconds. Not close in the final 30 seconds. I think it was close in the preparation of those pushes. If Rebels were able to disrupt a bit more early on, it might have been a very different outcome. A sort of butterfly effect the way through. A couple of choices could have been different, stuff like that. But as I think...
See, your vocabulary there just entertained me. The butterfly
I don't even know
effect.
what I said. I'll be honest,
Butterfly
I
effect.
Words come out. I just
word
let them
soup.
come out.
But butterfly effect is such a good way of putting that for anyone who's at all familiar with chaos theory. chaos.
Yeah.
Love it. But the butterfly effect is that if a butterfly beats its wings, it'll create sometime in the future a storm on the other side of the planet.
Somehow, yeah. So transferred over to Siege, it's like if going through one door, making one tiny choice, even if that means shifting your body a little bit to the left or to the right, would have changed the outcome of the round further down the line.
Leaning left instead of leaning right.
Exactly. Or leaning at all, which happens a lot to me, getting yelled at by Kilo. It's like, you shouldn't be leaning when you're there. You should be sitting up straight. Alright, fine.
Sit up straight. Fix your posture.
I'm sitting there like you should be leaning. Your head's bigger when you lean. I'm like, okay, fine. I guess I'll stand up straight then.
I think it's actually more when you're hiding in corners. Don't lean into the corner. You want to lean out of the corner that.
Although you feel a lot
you
more
see
secure
them.
when you lean into the corner.
Yeah, but your body's still the first thing to be seen, and you don't see them.
Feeling safe is lovely.
No.
Um,
Stand up straight.
Yes, thank you. We have Renz coming back for another game against Fallen Angels. Very high tier game right there that we're gonna see. It's going to be honestly great. I can't wait to see them. I think Fallen Angels has been a wild card in a lot of the games with how they play. They can be very aggressive. They can be very passive and holding their angles. They can go anywhere, and you never know where it's going to be. So I'm very happy to see that.
I hope against Renz that they take the latter of those two options and play that more passive style, but also sit in chaotic locations where they can use the C4s. They can use those off operators. They can make use of their utility to disrupt and to sow chaos within Renz. There is a score update as well for one of the non-streamed matches. Viking Army has lost 2-7 to Quacked.
2-7 to Quacked, was it? Yeah.
There we go. 2-7 to Quacked.
Yep.
Grapes had the bye, as Silex is no longer part of this league, unfortunately. I hope they come back for next season.
Yeah. I think the roster disband is very unfortunate, but I'm sure we'll see some of those players come back. Maybe they all come back, or the team name come back in another roster. But it's always great having people come in with.
For any Silex or any aspiring women Siege players out there, make it happen. Get another team together and just go for it.
Go for it. It's great.
We enjoy watching you players.
We do, but I think it's always good to introduce people to the community. It's always been great. But yeah, so congratulations again to Renz. Great work, Sporky, on your 20 bomb. You definitely deserved it. The chaotic nature just really worked. Honestly, we should have a chaos counter somewhere on the stream. The amount of times we bring up chaos and chaos theory and just the word, it would just be pinging like crazy, honestly. But
Chaos
for now,
and Flores. Either of those two.
Yeah, that's true. That's me. That's my bad. I should work on that. But for now, I think we'll cut to for a break, and we'll be back when the next game is ready to roll.
There's nowhere left to run away. No, there's nowhere left to run away, run away, run away, run away, run away.
us, we are all alone. In our lonely hearts, we search for a way back home. You gotta find a way, gotta find a way, find a way back home.
Powered by AMD 3rd Gen Ryzen processors, the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi provides first-class gaming features and style. The B550F Wi-Fi features a robust 12+2 DRMOS-teamed Power Stage VRM design with high-quality alloy chokes and durable capacitors to provide reliable power for the latest high-core count AMD CPUs. Fanless VRM and chipset heatsinks with our StatCool 3+ design keep your system running reliably under heavy load by enhancing passive cooling capacity for critical onboard components. For the best gaming connectivity, you get Wi-Fi 6, Bluetooth 5.1, and 2.5 gigabit LAN with Asus LAN Guard. You also get dual M.2 NVMe SSD slots, one with PCIe 4.0x4 connectivity, plus a USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type-C port and Thunderbolt 3 header. Our pre-mounted I/O shield makes installation a breeze, and with USB BIOS flashback technology, your system's firmware can be updated for next-gen CPUs using nothing more than a PSU and a USB flash drive. A pristine Supreme FX S1220A codec with DTS Sound Unbound and Sonic Studio 3 draws you deeper into the action. Communicate clearly with Asus AI noise-canceling mic technology. Asus exclusive AuraSync RGB lighting, including 2 RGB headers plus 1 Gen 2 addressable RGB header, let you make your PC's lighting uniquely yours. ROG Strix motherboards undergo an extensive certification program to ensure the very best compatibility with the widest range of components and devices. For a smooth build process, refer to our list of guaranteed compatible components. Ascend to next gen with the ROG Strix B550F gaming Wi-Fi.
welcome back
Awesome.
to the XP. We're already up to 10.
Are we? Oh, jeez. Okay.
We're already up to 10.
So we have a chaos counter. If you haven't noticed, I should move this so I can actually see the chaos counter.
We've had the production team here add the chaos counter.
Whip it up 12.
It's going up at 12.
I think we did say it a lot. So, right. Every time we talk about the counter, it ups.
Not even the counter. We just have to mention.
We have to say the word, and we have to avoid the word.
I'm looking at it.
Yeah. Cool. Off-putting, yes, but welcome to game 2. When we'll see Ren's back again against Fallen Angels, as we have it. Oh, I always do the same thing. Nice and down below, down here somewhere.
Point
in my desk.
To it.
Nice, in my desk right here. If you missed us for the first game, you missed out on a pretty good game. A very good game, actually, I would say. Which went in the favor of Rens, which they needed. We spoke about the standings before. They are currently sitting 4th, and they needed to secure some wins this week.
Should be able to throw to the standings. I don't think they've been updated after the last couple of games.
No, they wouldn't have been.
The standings as of the start of tonight
here we are,
were as follows. Yes. Rens sitting precariously on that 4th place position. Grumpy Grapes and Viking Army. Viking Army less close behind, but still in a position where if they do win a few more games, they could take that position as well. However, Viking did not manage to take it out against Quacked.
The top guns of the season so far. Undefeated.
Undefeated, yes. Skyfire, not sure how they went yet. As of yet, the results were not quite in against Fallen Angels, but we will see Fallen Angels with their second game against Rens, which is another must-win for Rens.
Yeah, as we saw, we can get back to that later. We're talking about maps. I'll talk about that in a bit. We're going to Chalet, which we'll skip all the bands. No, we'll talk about the bands, but Chalet is, I think, our favorite map in the map pool right now. Just to watch.
Other than Villa.
I'm not. No, that's your favorite map. That's your favorite map for one reason, and we're not going there, so we don't have to talk about it.
Yeah,
I think, and you mentioned this before, was Rens had the choice between Clubhouse, a staple of Siege, a very crucial map for every team to know and understand and be able to control the flow of, and Chalet, which is a very, well, I say very new. It's not very new anymore, but a new map to the mix.
In terms of competitive, and in terms of this level of play, Chalet is the newest map in this pool. We've got Clubhouse, which is one of the most well-played and well-known maps with all of these different variations for every single site to be able to be taken, to be able to be held. Each one almost counterplaying 3 others, and each counterplaying another 3 others. It's absolutely great to watch. But Rens had the choice between Clubhouse and Chalet, and they've picked Chalet. And as we've seen sometimes on this stream, Ren's attack falls apart on that Clubhouse map. So who knows, we might see them just be able to attack just a little bit more consistently on Chalet.
Yeah, I think maybe they are too critical on their Clubhouse attacks, and they think about it too methodically, and every step needs to go a certain way, as we see a little cat head poke into frame right there.
Yep, a little bit of cat cam there.
A little bit of cat cam.
Loafing on the bed. Hey.
My cats hate me, so they don't ever go near me. My cats. Oh, I went downstairs during the break and I picked up one of my cats, and she just sat in my arms, staring at me, waiting for me to let her go. She does not like it at all. So as soon as I go to put her down, she just jumps. She just leaves. But yeah, so going to Chalet, what do you expect to see? Is there something unusual that you expect to see, or something you want to see?
I want to see some unusual operators. I want to see the Fuse. The Fuse is very, very strong on Chalet.
Yep.
He's strong pretty much everywhere, but Fuse is incredibly strong on Chalet with the some of the new destructible floors, with the basement becoming destructible with the new. It's been around for a little while, but
new.
Yes.
Whenever we say new, when we're talking about Chalet, imagine my air quotes. Just to put that out there now.
Constant air quotes on new Chalet.
Chalet, yes. With the new floorboards, Fuse is very strong. With everything soft, you can go anywhere. I think even on the balcony window on the second floor, you can breach a couple of times from around there, and then Fuse can get all the way downstairs. He can just put one fuse charge literally on a window, and then just the whole area for the basement. It might not even fully destroy and get in the basement, but if an explosion happens above your head, it will at the very least move you from your position. It will probably do some damage, but if it doesn't, based on how explosions may work.
I don't know how. Fuse doesn't have the shrapnel mechanic anymore.
No. So it wouldn't do shrapnel damage. It might do a little bit, like a tiny bit of breaching damage. But it would definitely breach the floor, open up the floor above your head, and then you'll have to move to a different position and watch all the different angles that Fuse is making.
Too many Fuse mains getting their feet hit by the shrapnel, and Yubi decided it's not great for Fuse to be taking more damage from his own charge than anyone else.
Yeah. It's like, this is it's quite a self-harming tool. You just like, yes, I'm going to destroy the whole enemy team. You're putting it on the floor. I've got you now. There's, as most Fuse mains, as you would say, they have the hostage below them. They're ready to blow that hostage sky high, and instead it's themselves that don't survive. So I think we might see some Fuse, but and I think a lot of people's issue with Fuse, mine especially, and that's where I'm basing this opinion off. He's a bit too chunky, he's a bit too slow. He's got a great gun with the AK-12. Best gun. But if you want to use the AK-12, you may as well bring Ace, who's faster, has a lot more flexibility, a lot more utility for a lot of different situations. Whereas Fuse is a bit chunky, he's very slow, very loud, and even if he swings into the site to use that AK-12, then
he swings
very slow. You'll see him for 4 frames before he sees you.
He's still swinging, and then he's on. Yeah.
And then he's on you, and then once he gets there, then you're dead. But until then, you can shoot him every single way. So I think that's a lot of people's criticisms with Fuse. So if we do see a Fuse, I think we'll see a Fuse play. Someone somewhat centered around him, maybe taking the floor above, complete control, and then fusing. I don't think we'll see any last minute, I'll just bring a Fuse. After all, they're not playing as Kilo in a ranked game. That's the amount of times I've heard, who should I play? Oh, maybe bring an Ace, maybe bring a Sophia. Yeah, we need some utility to clear out things. And then
I'm gonna bring a Fuse.
I'm gonna bring a Fuse. All right. Yeah, why'd you ask me? I don't know. There's no point asking. Well, I guess that, I guess we're going to Fuse this round.
Fuse and Capcan.
Oh my
go-tos.
The Russians.
They're my go-tos.
Yeah. A Russian boy.
Chaos and craziness. Ooh. Schedule. Updated. There we go. 6-8 to 5. We missed an overtime match.
Oh my lord. I had a feeling it was going overtime because of how long it was taking.
Yeah.
Wow. What a match.
Beat Skyfire as well.
Wow. That's huge for the Fallen. I think
yeah.
One of two things. They're either going to be very drained coming into this game or very hyped, and they're going to keep this train moving forward. Hopefully it's the latter.
Rens seem to have woken up in the second half of that radical game, so hopefully we'll have two teams that have hot off the heels of their win, and they're firing on all cylinders, and they're just going to hit it. Yeah. Hopefully they just absolutely
hit the ground
hit
running and just keep going straight into it. Hopefully they're not too hot on the heels. We're going to a snow map. Just saying, might melt into the snow a bit.
Melt it. I
just wanted to make it bad.
Evaporate it all. Just evaporated even. Just
Actually, we're
get
heading into
some of that-
Chile, but for some reason, summer's hitting early and all the snow's melted. It's just these two teams hot off their tails of a win, and they are steaming full steam ahead.
Full steam ahead, yeah. You're just going. Don't even get some water. No water. It
No,
just goes straight
steam,
from
straight
snow to steam. That hot. That
Oh my
much
God.
energy that they're bringing in. Hopefully, some chaotic energy as well in that.
Yeah. So aside from Fuse, I want to know like if there are
Bands.
any
Bands.
odd bands that you want to see or think you'll see. Just
I
before
think we
you
get a
can think
Thatcher
about
band.
that, if you can think about that, Rens haven't lost Chalet. They have not lost a single Chalet match, which leans into their favor. They had the choice to pick, and they want to pick the one that they've been undefeated on. While Fallen have played at least 3, maybe 6. I think 3 matches, and won 2 of them. So it's no deficit to any side. Above 50% for both of them. I think we'll see a very strong matchup here with both of them fresh off a win, hyped up to continue this train going forward. Both on a map that they're both strong at. It's the only thing about the map, and the only deficit here, I suppose, would be it's not as set as a lot of the other maps because of how new it is in the scene.
But in saying that, at the same time, that's good for us, good for you guys out there watching. That just means that there's less set strategies and more unknowns, more variables that can happen, more chaos.
It's a lot better to watch. I think you and I think a lot of people would agree when they watching a lot of pro matches. You see a lot of the same stuff. You see a lot of the same maps. You see a lot of the same plays. That's why it was really exciting watching the invitationals and seeing Latin America with their spicy plays and how they twisted things up. I see a little smirk. And I think when you come to a map that you're not familiar with, or that is not too familiar in the whole scheme of the scene, it is very fresh and very great to see, which may be the case when apparently Villa comes into ranked play, but
Favela, not Villa. Villa's already there.
Favela. I was seeing Favela in my head.
Villa has Norway.
I think I said Favela in my head, and then I just
Drop the fa.
just dropped the fa. Far's gone. No fa.
Gone far away.
Fa. You're... God damn it. Yeah.
Any bands you would like to see?
I would like to see. I want to see a Jaeger band. I don't think we'll see it. I don't, but I think Jaeger is used so much in every map, but in Chalet, any strategy that you try to pull, there is a Jaeger that has presence on it. If there's any shield strats, you need a Jaeger to defend those shields. If you have basement, you need a Jaeger to defend the drone hole so nades don't go through. Or, and then it would emphasize the Wamai a lot more. I want to see that. I don't think I will, but, we can all dream.
Jaegerman, I would like to see Cade banned.
Cade's gonna.
It's a very it's
Cade
a
always
standard,
get banned. I'm sad.
standard ban, but I'd like to see it. I think we're going to see the Thatcher ban, and I'd like to see Maverick in play.
You want to see Maverick in play?
I want to see Maverick in play.
Okay. Yeah,
And
I think that'll be good to see.
Probably Jackal is going to be the other one. Thatcher Jackal.
There's your
Thatcher.
first one. There's your first one. Let's see. I
I'm
think
1 for 1
Maverick's
so
going.
far.
I think Maverick's gonna go, but
Please.
I think Jackal is smart here as well.
Well, Renz did
it
ban the
was
Jackal
quick.
last game.
It was quick, yeah. So I do think it might be Jackal. Yeah. there it
Hey,
is.
I'm 2 for 2. So we want to see Cade, and I'm probably...
Well,
it's
Cade
going to
and
be
Mirror.
Mirror.
You reckon Cade
It's
and
going to be
Mirror?
Mirror.
So we're gonna see the same bands. Oh, except Thatcher wasn't
Yeah,
in
it was
play.
Thatcher.
It was
Thatcher switched for Maverick.
It was Maverick. Oh, I can't even say any people. There's
There's
the Cade.
Cade.
Here's the
I'm
Mirror.
3 for 3. I hope it's not Mirror. I hope it's Jaeger.
Oh, if
think
it's
it will be
Jaeger
Mirror.
here,
I
that would be
hope it's Jaeger.
huge. we'll see a completely different game if Jaeger's banned out here. But I think we're going to see a mirror. Or a Valkyrie. I have a feeling Valkyrie might be, on the list of ideas, but Mira's the safe ban. And here she is there doing this. I think a lot of times, you have a list of people and you go through them down the list. And, do we want to verse them? Do we want to verse them? Unless they've pre-planned their bans, but when there's generally a wait, when someone hasn't picked the ban, generally still talking about it, like, hey, we're going to do this, is this okay? And here we see the mirror disappear. And
once again, the Spaniards are sidelined, forced to watch on. As all of their...
If we map all the operators in Siege from where they're from, Spain would actually just not be on the map because the amount that they get banned, they're barely here anymore. And that might be why Angels did not ban the Valkyrie as switches from Aruni onto the Valk, bringing in those 3 cams and an MPX into the fray.
And defuse as many bombs as they can.
Love that word, fray.
Fray, yeah. I learnt that, not learnt, but I sort of learnt the usage and started saying it after I played a lot of Elder Scrolls.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
And
setting up a shield in the bottom of blue with a double, looks like a double Jaeger? No, just a single.
Thinking about the double, but just giving the one. And that's all you need. You need enough time to react to an impact nade coming from Zofia. If Zofia swings you with her lifeline out, you can swing back with an actual gun and probably get the first hit if you land your shots. So that's all you need, just one.
You heard it here first. A grenade launcher is not an actual gun.
It's
quote
Alska. It's very strange because I would have said the exact same thing as holds the angle and is taken out. The spawn peak not securing anything. That is the Valkyrie gone.
First kill of the game, going to Meeps on the sledge. Just picking out as.
Yes, but before you attack the killer, it just goes back to when I was learning Siege and I played Ash. I thought, I've got a grenade launcher, well, a breaching charge launcher. If I shoot that into someone, surely it will do a lot of damage to them. And I was thoroughly disappointed.
Cortari taking a bit of damage from her own grenade, it looked like. Unfortunately, not managing to get it through the hole. Does take out the jammer, though, with another hole. Brunek now placing charge and opening up breach. Buddha has moved into the position that Az was holding, but has decided against holding that too long.
Bomb has been located.
With Meeps coming back to watch it. Breach has been opened. We have a couple of players from Rennes pushing in from the back garage.
And with Sporky holding the tight angle onto blue. I think Sporky's still hot off the press from that last game. Getting damage onto Ticked. Trapping her in the corner, but being taken out from another angle from Fallen.
From pushing down those stairs and still in a gunfight against Burnabear. Burnabear falling off that and deciding not to take the fight, but instead to launch a logic bomb and force all of the players from Fallen onto their phones. Decided that they've had enough screen time for now. They're going to go back to having the guns out. Lone player of Ticked, still on low health, as Brunek takes out Buddha and forcing it into a 3v4 with 30 seconds left on the clock. Breach is open. Plant still not ready. Meeps taken out by Fallen.
The smokes come out in the last 20 seconds of the round.
Crystal swings, diffusers dropped on site. Fallen still playing on those stairs there. Ticked, holding the angle. Leaning into the corner and it doesn't work. That's what I was saying earlier.
5 seconds remaining.
Just stand up straight. Burnabear for Rennes, last one left.
Operators, you have run out of time.
Or in this case, lay down straight. May have been
Lay down straight, yes.
maybe in the course of action there, but defense first round, just winning off time, just being able to keep the attackers at bay for long enough, and that's all you really need at the end of the day. They just kept them all off. Do you know where the diffuser was?
It was in breach.
Oh, they didn't. Yep. After breach got taken out, no one was able to reclaim the diffuser. Okay.
With the smoke.
The castle picked. I just got my eye on that. Buddha switching to the Melissy, switching to a more standard pick to go upstairs.
Cortari switching off the Blackbeard, going.
That. Very sad. Very sad.
And has that destroyed your faith in the shotgun?
No, it hasn't. I was shocked to see that shot didn't land from Tick.
It landed, but not fully.
But yeah, it just did not. All the pallets didn't hit.
It was the
leaning. It was the leaning, right? But if anyone's able to convert with a shotgun, it is Ticked. That she, gave me faith.
Wasn't to you, but that was a perfectly timed.
That was definitely to me. I know she just knew. She knew what was going on. And yeah, so I still have faith in the shotgun and in Ticked. I think that was just just don't lean. Don't lean when you're on the floor.
Blip in the radar.
A blip in the radar. Yeah, we can forget about that. As I am sad Cortari did not stick with Blackbeard. You know more than most, Kilo, that I like my Blackbeard from time to time.
Yeah, I do not like the Blackbeard, so I'm glad that he is not making an appearance.
See, with the viewers that don't know me, they must hate me. Hearing that I play Clash and I play Blackbeard, I am not a favorite person for anyone.
Meanwhile, chaos reigns over here in Kilo Land with
a fuse, and just anyone with explosives. Anyone can make things go boom. It's
Flores as well.
Yeah, we are the greatest duo of shields and boom. That's it.
3 players now on that outside balcony. The split push coming in.
And 2 players on the library balcony, just making sure that they have that south side of the map upstairs secured, ready to push in. As Cortari does a little upside down swing from side to side, up to little Spider-Man angle. I like to see.
Drone work going in from Burnabear. The only player on drones at the moment. Making sure Buddha is skulking around in the basement level, coming up those stairs there, looking for a player on that balcony. There are 3 to pick from. Don't know if she got that drone.
I think that was an Ace Burrito.
Ace Burrito. Managing to snipe that spicy burrito off the wall. Logic Bomb coming out, and Buddha is now going to have to choose between screen time or just let it ring out. Let it go to voicemail. The shots coming out from below.
Asking for the attention. Asking for where for us to be watching. Punching something into the little smiley face from Az. Oh god.
Look, someone is happy.
Yeah, that's all that matters. As long as you're enjoying yourself, that's all that matters here. My most infamous memory of Az is that 1v4, I believe, where she decided to go into the showers and just sit in a little water for a little bit. Just to make sure. Just happy to chill out.
Walkie pushing in onto site through the smoke, getting taken out by Fallen, as taking out Ticked in a bit of blue on blue. I don't know if that was just a pre-fire through the smoke or just unfortunate anyway. Fallen taking out a second in Burnabear. Meeps taking out Fallen. We're on a 2v1. Defenders win it with Az swinging on the planter through the smoke, running across the entirety of site and taking it out.
I was just about to comment on how Tick's positioning was great if they try to plant behind half wall, and then she just got destroyed. I was very confused where from. As just
Blue on blue.
Blue on
Through the
blue,
smoke.
so-
It was very
yeah.
unfortunate.
not really.
Someone doesn't play with outlines on.
Yeah, that is very true. or symbols,
Names
or both.
or either.
Yeah, I've seen one person play without either, and it's very confusing.
Protect your bombs from being defused by attackers.
Because you don't. I mean, I suppose you get used to it. It's not as tactical, you know, when you got outlines on, you can sort of see things, you can plan things ahead. But then if you turn them off, and all of a sudden your teammate just turns the corner and runs straight into you, your
Attackers
instinct
have
is to
discovered
shoot
the
them.
location of a bomb.
As we set up for bar pool right here, with an upstairs hold, it seems like.
10 seconds
Yes,
to go.
definitely upstairs hold with 1, 2. I did see two.
Two
Shields up.
ADSs.
Two
Two
ADSs
ADSs
and two
on that
shields.
first Goyo shield.
Attackers
Unless
are
there's
heading out
three.
to defuse a bomb.
But I don't think there's three. There's two shields up there.
And 2 players, or is one going to come back? No, 3 players. I see ticked above. I was a bit slow
Attackers
to see
dropped
that.
the bomb diffuser.
Victor's dropped.
Attackers have
Back onto site through the hatch.
See, I foretold it. I foretold the 2 players. That's what it was. So I definitely was not wrong. 2 players above, and Fallen just holding in the depths of the basement, being able to slide in between any of those staircases. But
Droned once. Second drone coming out.
and all 3 attackers just running at Sporky, going straight into blue.
Orky not managing to see, being blocked by the site. Fallen goes to fall back and is now fallen. Sporky taking the first kill of that round. 4v5 taking a lot of damage there.
I had to mute my mic for a second because you gave me a coughing fit from laughing at that, by the way. Fallen has fallen. Why is that so funny to me? I don't know. As all the attackers, I think all 5 control the basement now. Quite an interesting push. I like it. Personally, I like it a lot. That vertical play doesn't really mean much when they're watching you from below. Not until the late round. But for now, that's a very big foothold for the attacking side.
Incredibly strong that they've taken out that Roma in Fallen. Buddha is still up on that top and waiting for one of Ren's to push into the main fireplace hall. Doesn't
Yeah,
look like the push is going to go there, but Buddha will still keep watching it.
it may pay for one of the attackers to rotate up and be able to clear from the other side.
Cortari, speaking of rotating up, has gone into that first floor. As coming down those second floor stairs on blue, trying to get the angle onto the 2 players who are right below her, Brunek and Bernabear. Sporky on drones now,
has been dropped.
as does manage to hit Brunek and drop Diffuser. Second kill coming out, and that's Az with no damage taken on the double. Holding Diffuser now, 3 players are pushing in from kitchen. Meeps gets downed, not sure where from. Cortari, next one taking damage, but does manage to hit Crystal and get the refrag. Sporky taking a second in Buddha, and it's 2v2. Health advantage going
Seconds to go.
to the defenders here. Diffuser still down on those stairs.
10 seconds left.
Looks like smoke's coming out from Ticked. Ticked takes one in Sporky, pulls out the shotgun, and just sit, holding angles for a bit.
Operators
Az
are out of
takes
time.
it out, finalizes it, unless it's time. That was time again.
That was
This is a
time
very
again.
very different pace from the first game that we saw. We've had 2 rounds ended by time.
Straight off the
least.
bat, yeah.
Not sure about the third. Was it the third? No, the third one was a...
Well, that was the third one. The second one.
Yeah.
The second round, I think, was won by Gills.
Yes.
Could be wrong. Again, memory of a goldfish. I shall remind people that. But yeah, that was a very interesting round. I thought the attackers would have it. I thought Rens had that after that quick and decisive, just overwhelming take on basement. Completely had the entire basement under control, but not able to go past that. I think with 1 minute left, I think it was 1 minute 15, no one was out of the basement, and they needed someone or a couple of people to do a split push, clear out a little bit of a handle upstairs, or taking out, or at least moving some defenders from upstairs, because the stairs were all locked down.
And getting rid of some of those utility upstairs as well, it was pretty much ignored, and that allowed Az at least to just sort of sit on those stairs and
chill out
do a hell of a lot of damage without taking much in return, or taking any in return as it turned out.
Attackers are moving out to
Once again, it is basement that we've gone to, and if last round is any indication, it looks like Rens can take it when there's not a lot of utility holding it, but can they take it when there is more utility focused on holding that spot?
Yeah, that is the question. I don't think they'll attack the same way that they did for upstairs, for bar pool, but we will see how it unfolds. It looks like they're heading for north side, north garage, and I always forget what that's called.
Trench.
Trench, thank you.
Trench.
I was going to call it cutout, but that's CSGO.
Yeah, I don't know why. Have you just goldfished the
goldfished
trench
all the way back to CSGO days?
Oh wow, that's a big goldfish.
It's a big goldfish.
As deciding that holding garage is not worth her life, and decides to try and rotate back onto site, but gets caught by, I think that's Meeps in there. It is Meeps.
As
Meeps
a nade is held, and thrown out, but to no avail.
Sporky pushing in the other side for the pinch, does manage to take out Az, and that's the opening pick going once again to Sporky and Rens. Ticked is holding that short corner. Crystal holding a longer angle and a wider angle on the door. Sporky taking out Buddha, and that's the roam presence very much shut down from Fallen.
Except for Fallen. Fallen's still offside. We have a bit
Fallen
of
herself
roam left.
still upstairs, falling off that gunfight and respecting the Rens players and their gun skill.
You could say fallen off that gunfight.
Ooh, hoo, hoo.
That's right, I can make them too, Kilo.
Sneaking around now is Fallen, looking to see how she can rotate back onto site and how she can become more and more of a menace as time goes on.
I think Cortari
does manage to
that
sneak
to go away.
back onto site, and that is the roam presence cleared, but not known cleared by Rens. And there goes Smoke Babe into the breach side from Picked. Crystal having taken some damage. That's Sporky off from Ticked.
15 seconds left.
Bit of gunfire going back and forward. Crystal taking out Cortari. Burnabear with the trade onto Ticked. Burnabear with a double onto Crystal. It's now 1v2. Brew is planting. Shots coming out. Burnabear loses that one. Sporky, not Sporky, Brewneck going down to Fallen. Don't know why I said Sporky. I was looking over at the Zafia.
Defenders disabled the diffuser.
And Fallen just clutching that out for her Angels, as you said. I think it was last week.
Last week, Fallen's Angels.
That as very proud of her teammate there, but getting a bit excited and just mashing the keys a bit. I think a loose translation from as speak was "That's my teammate." Very proud right there. Yeah, but that was actually really well done by Fallen there. Just keeping attention the whole way through.
It was a very good plan to fall off that roam and fall back to site.
Yeah, definitely
For
was. To sort
then-
of be known to the attackers and then disappear.
Attackers need to
And then
locate
as-
and
Go back to
defuse
the
as
security
many
of
bombs
our
as
own,
they can.
As
own
the
base.
closing seconds of the round, when the plant's going, just let the hammer fall.
Yep. Yep.
I'm done. That's me for now. I won't do any more falls unless
Oh god.
unless
you.
the time
Unless the
calls
time
for it.
comes. Right. I just want to point out that I'm not happy that Tict has a SMG-11 Black Ice. That's so mean to show that off in front of me.
10 seconds to go.
I really want
It's
it.
even
and-
meaner in front of me.
Yeah, actually, that's true. You're worse at
To go.
Black Ice luck than me, and I'm pretty bad. Like
Attackers must locate
I've only
and defuse the
recently
bomb.
gotten decent Black Ice, but I'm not gonna just say them because then you're gonna get sad. So
Funnily enough, you started getting the good luck when
yeah, that is
started hanging around me.
true. That is
Everyone
actually
just
true.
leeches off my bad luck
I
and gets
meet
good luck.
you, and then I get an AK-12 Black Eyes, and then later on
Yeah.
an MP7 Black Eyes. Oh my god, I'm sorry.
Sight
I'm
has
gonna-
been set up, and
Yeah.
Wrens are now unleashed and set upon Fallen's Angels.
Do you think we're gonna see a flawless half from Fallen? Yeah. Because we've seen all the sites that we're going through the same sites again. Maybe different
think
holds, but
If they use the same holds, no, we will not see a flawless round. If they use different holds, I think we may. That's the only way we will see it. Zafia, Sporky of this, Sporky just missing Ticked, and Ticked just converting that. Cortari getting a refrag onto Buddha. And that's the Aruni off the field. Laser gates still set up. Meeps has been downed from somewhere. That would have been a
believe
frost
that's
map.
a frost mat, yeah.
That's a frost map.
Which isn't able to be converted. There's no roamers are over
A
there,
bomb
but
has
that's
been
still
located.
time delayed and 20 health on the sledge, dropping down
That's
from
where
100.
Buddha was.
Sorry,
I think that's where Buddha was.
possibly, yeah. That might have been the plan. As the standoff here between Brew and I think Fallen. That looks like a frost.
Yes, that is a frost. That is fallen. The breach has been opened. And smoke canister going out and stopping the Aruni gate. Another spicy burrito goes onto the wall and opens it up as Ticked kills Brewneck with a headshot from that SMG-11. Black Ice, as we were saying before, as getting another kill onto Burner Bear, leaving it all up to Cortari and the ace. Does get one on Ticked off. Looking for the second on the doorway. Shooting through the breach that she's made. Two players looking her way. Fallen on the frost. Slow fire rate. Maybe not holding that long angle against the 2 times, and
15
AK.
seconds left.
pushes in, doesn't see the player. Hiding in the corner there of Az.
That DPI from Az, just the excitement. The excitement gets to Az, I think.
Just a little bit.
The enjoyment and the excitement. It's always a pleasure to watch. I am surprised so far. Just to put a little pin in the middle of these rounds, I'm surprised that we're seeing Fallen go so strong so early with denying Rent a point so far. I did not expect it to go this way. I felt it would be a lot closer.
It's a very, very dominant performance
So far,
for
yeah.
Fallen, and they have just brought their A game, their A+ game, S tier game. This is just they've turned it on.
Attackers need to
Yeah, I
locate
thought
and defuse bombs.
Skyfire would give them a run for their money, and they did. And you can see what that unleashed in Fallen. They had to push twice as hard, and we're seeing a whole variety of wins from Fallen here. Both time, both kills, and a defuse in clutches from, well, a clutch from Fallen. I just want to also say, Kilo. So I glanced over at the chat once, and I see a comment about our puns making someone want to rip their hair out. So either the puns are just perfect the way we want, or I am sorry. Whichever
I
one.
don't apologize. I don't apologize for a pun.
Bomb and defuse it.
They're
I'm not going to apologize for a pun.
no,
so
no,
it
you
means
shouldn't. They're terrible.
it means
but
they're
you should.
perfect. It means they're perfect.
As Buddha goes for a spawn peek out the second story window, east window, but quickly falls off that as no one spawns around that side. Some library control Cortari is aiming for with the upside down Spider-Man repel and able to grab Ticked as she crosses over to the hatch. That
is-
shield position is no longer going to be used by Ticked in the corner.
Free
right
smoke,
there.
babes. The Prowess with the shotgun.
The Black
SMG
Ice
11.
SMG 11.
And that entire location is now just free for the attackers off that one pick, that late rotation, and having the player out of position. Lion scan coming out. We did not realize that they brought a lion. This is... How did that sneak past you?
It didn't sneak past me. I did pay attention. I saw it.
You didn't say anything?
Didn't
How
say
did that
anything
sneak past
because
me?
I felt like they were going to 6-pick, and then even though they didn't 6-pick off, I didn't believe it. I was like, no, just don't.
Orky with a second kill onto Az. This is a very dominant round so far, but not as dominant as it was going to be a second ago, with Fallen taking out that Lion of Brunak.
Not as dominant.
Ha, I see what you did there.
We're making Fallen puns, so it's got to continue. As Fallen is taken out by Sporky, who's just been on a tear for both games. Bringing this it's looking like Ren's first round from the attack. Backing Crystal into a corner, into stock. Just as far as you can into stock. Seems like she's backing into the wall, holding the tight angle onto the door.
Bomb
The
located
bar
by
door,
attackers.
as that looks like.
That's Sporky
Sporky,
pushing
yep.
that door, gets shot at, but not enough landed. Pixel angle coming out from, I believe.
That looks
Nope,
like
it's Meeps. There's a Meeps there holding that. Plant going down, doesn't quite manage to complete it as the player. The mute. I can't remember who it is. I've goldfished now.
you've goldfished.
I've goldfished.
Now I've forgotten too. But it was Crystal. As Crystal tries to go rotate, but just unable to. That well,
So many guns of Ren onto
off
that
Ticked.
stock room.
No, Tick, don't do that. Don't do that. Oh, the Flores tease. We're getting Oryx tease from Weasel. We're getting Flores tease from Ticked. This is just cruel from.
6-pick onto the Twitch, an operator that we haven't seen that much play of.
I think when
At
we have
least.
seen Twitch, it has been on Chalet.
Yes,
I don't think
You
we've
are
seen
absolutely
Twitch
right.
on-
Locate and defuse as many
Clubhouse is
bombs
the
as
other
they
map
can.
that I've seen it on, but that's it.
Yeah, very sparse usage from the French operator. But we'll hopefully see some great Twitch plays here. There is no Mozzie to steal them, just Mute to disable them. So it could, and I think the last time we saw Twitch was with Fallen Angels actually on the same map. Because
It was against Viper.
Attackers have
I
located the
believe so,
bomb.
because we saw
I wanna
the
say,
Mozzie.
yeah.
Yes, we saw the weird one
Yes.
playing Mozzie. We
The
saw
weird
Tick,
one.
a weird one, the weird
5
one,
seconds
quite
remaining.
weird. As the countdown to come in from the attacking side, just preparing the defense, knowing that, you know, the time has started, the round has started. No more preparation phase for you. We are unleashed upon you as the attackers run towards north side and do a split push, it seems. Getting set up on breach wall or snowmobile wall, as some prefer, but Burner Bear ready for the bandit tricking with nades coming out, the flash just bouncing off the drone hole, it seems.
Second one bouncing off the drone hole. Third one going through.
I think that was an ADS trick as well, a Jaeger trick. Yes,
It
we are
was.
seeing Jaeger tricks here.
Jaeger tricking from Meeps. It's a You don't see that very often, and when you do, it's always a treat.
Speaking of
Cortari
treats,
taking out
Cortari.
Fallen, and that's the Nomad off the board. Very early on. Let's hope that the air jabs got down for Fallen, or if the roaming smoke has managed to do her job.
But as
Hopefully.
evening the numbers here, taking out the bandit, and the wall might be a little easier to be opened if those batteries can be taken out. The angle, Bruto's just not able to claim. The mute stays safe, and now as Bruto just can't quite get the head.
Bruce swings and doesn't manage to hit many or at all, but as Buddha swings, Brunek manages to hit a couple of shots. Prone holding of the angle, waiting for Brunek to make that move. Brunek makes the move and lands the shot onto Buddha. Cortari with a double against ticked off. It is now 4v2, 1 minute left in the round. 1v4 even. Sporky with a shot onto Crystal.
All up
And
to
we have
Az in the end.
Az with, is that Black Ice?
I think that's the Shark F2.
Shark F2
Yeah,
not
there it
managing to hit the shots or enough shots. Low on health now. Not with the diffuser. That's on the ground. 30 seconds left. Low on time, low on ammo. Well, not low on ammo, but low on health. And Sporky with the final kill onto Az. And
As Twitch
Az
screams to her death.
leaves half of her name behind.
Oh my god. Oh, that's that one's not bad. I'll give you that one. That one made me chuckle. That one was alright. But I'm
glad I'm glad I could give you a chuckle, and I'm glad you found that chucklesome.
Oh, funny. I'm not very happy with these two teams right now. Seem to be just enjoying showing off their black ice. So an MP5K from Brunek right there. That was
However,
not very nice. But
I am happy with the plays.
I am watching. Oh wait, no, 6-pick's already been used. That's Blackbeard on the board.
It is. It is indeed a Blackbeard on the board.
I was looking at the, and there it is, friends, taken 2 in a row by the kills. The nature just working in their favor. We might see a reverse sweep here, and just taking those rounds back that they lost. Maybe the defense strats just are too strong for both of these teams that the attack just can't break through. But they are significantly different strats already off the base, with shields going in very different places.
I did say it in terms of Clubhouse. Sometimes Rens do fall apart on the attack. Maybe it's the same thing here that has happened, and they just pull it together on the defense.
Yeah.
With Fallen just not quite able to hold on to it.
I think it was very important for Rens to take that last attacking round, as a lot of teams in competitive play and in ranked play, if they lose that many rounds in a row, you generally lose your momentum and your motivation to push forward in the later rounds. If you gain that back, especially when going into attack, it's huge. It's very important to keep that momentum going, because in a lot of maps, defense is stronger. And in a lot of situations, defense is stronger. So if you're able to take those few attacking rounds, or just build up your momentum in those attacking rounds, then you can continue that forward into the later half. As Burnabear just sees Tick's head and clicks that off the board.
And
no
as
more
taking some
Blackbeard.
damage as well from Cortari, I do believe. The IQ of Crystal wanting to push up those stairs, but getting the call that Sporky is lurking somewhere in kitchen. As doing the right thing and by her team and taking out that roaming Valkyrie of Sporky. Cortari, holding that angle through the floor, manages to nail Crystal, does get retraded out by Az, who just seems to be cleaning up and trading out all of her teammates. It's not going to continue to work. She's going to need to make something happen, as Brunek, Meeps, and Burnabear are all focusing in on that location. Long angle comes out. Az does make something happen. Onto Burner Bear. 2v2. Frost drone. Frost drone?
Frost
Wow.
Drone's coming out. That is the correct term now. No Frost in play, but Frost Drone's coming out from Az, switching
Twitch
sides.
drone. Twitch drone coming out.
It's a bear trap on a drone, just
Oh,
trying
that's
to get
terrifying.
under people's
That is
feet.
terrifying. Shot pre-fires coming out. Prone. Pistol
360
as well.
coming out and being a conversion. That's a quad from Az going on for the ace with 50 seconds left. That's plenty of time. No diffuser in hand though.
If Az is going to win this, it's going to have to be an ace or a plant. There is no other way for her to do this, and it's against a full health Brunek on the mute. The natural enemy of the Twitch. The swing comes out, and Brunek denies the ace, denies the round, denies the plant.
The natural enemy of the Twitch.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not. I was just reiterating your point. The natural enemy of the Twitch is the mute.
Natural predator.
That's my team member.
Kotari.
Kotari
Coming
just
out.
as excited as Az right there. The adaptation Az not amused. Not amused. Oh.
A little bit of trash talking going on.
Oh, but here comes the
There's the
frost
Frost.
drones. The frost drones coming out in the form of Sporky.
I'm
We'll
never
see.
going to live that down.
No, you will not. Frost drones
Oh
coming out.
dear.
Use as many
Oh,
We'll
no.
see where those frost drones lie, and if they move positions. I doubt it, unfortunately.
I really hope that is not something that Ubisoft ever adds.
Oh, I thought you were talking
Frost.
about frost drones just.
I
sticking
hope that
in
they
mid.
never
Yeah.
never
know.
make.
Bear traps on drones sounds quite balanced to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Throwable frost mats at a person. Just
You
throw them.
throw a bear trap at someone's head.
Yeah, yeah.
That is
Cop
breaking.
that!
That's breaking some convention somewhere, surely.
Having frost mats at all is breaking
Yeah,
conventions.
that's true. There are so many operators in Siege that break
Use a bomb.
the Geneva Convention, actually.
Speaking of the Geneva Convention, Kotari spawn peeking out with the smoke. And looks like Buddha might walk straight into it, but no, goes down trench.
possible.
As
There it
does
is.
walk into it. Fallen maybe gets the refrag, but no, Kotari falls off that from Fallen. Fallen away is Kotari.
I was
Didn't
waiting
want to
for it.
be Kotari there.
Oh no, that's not okay. Didn't want to be caught, sorry.
Scanning for evidence.
I'm glad you're chuckling as well.
Oh. Wow. Oh, you. So our production's not immune. We may not recover from this, everyone.
This may be our last stream.
I would like to formally state to both the viewers and production, I have no affiliation with this man, and he attacks. He speaks on his own accord.
I make no apologies. I make no apologies. But I can possibly tone it down a little bit. And
Oh, I had tears in my eyes on that one.
that is a ticked.
Ticked.
Formerly
Ticked at the
unaware
bear.
of Bernadette. Formerly unaware, became aware, and took out the bear.
Yes, that
Bernadette.
is the
Onto
process for that.
onto Cam straight away, ready for the calls. 4v4. 1 minute 10 seconds left. Diffuser has been dropped, but not from a kill, but because Buddha wants to play aggressively and doesn't want to deliver the diffuser right to Ren's hands.
That would be an oversight, as the attackers set up their preparation right now,
Attackers recovered the bomb.
locating all the
vertical-
defenders, trying to get all information they can before they make the last minute push. As Fallen taking out the big hitter on Sporky.
Frost going down. Frostnat's still around. Fallen managing to win that gunfight with the higher fire rate, higher clip size, higher zoom on the scope. The better gun all round.
There's the calm before the storm with 20 seconds left as Tick now takes out Brunek, losing that mute. Still Smoke's alive and those Toxic Babes still in play, with Cortari taking some shots from the hatch above.
10 seconds left.
8 seconds left. Plant going down. Is the Toxic Babe going to be thrown out? No, it's not. Buddha is going to swing in with the Hibana. I forgot the name of the operator there for a second. Apologies all.
With the Breaching Lady. But
Spinny.
with the fidget spinners.
Gee, that's something I have not heard in a
Yeah,
long
that
while.
has been a while. She used to be the fidget
It's been
spinner
a
op for a while.
hot minute since I've heard that one.
It's been a while, but it's great. It works. Not a lot of change happening from the operator standpoint, who the teams are bringing in. Maybe a few changes here and there, but for the most part, we've seen these 10 come into a lot of rounds. Maybe a bit of Zofia, a bit of Sledge. Thank you, Crystal, for explaining my point visually as well. And any 6 picks just been between them. I haven't seen a lot of.
We need the fuse.
We
Bring
need
the fuse. Come on.
We need the clash. But this may be the last round, as Fallen took the last, bringing them to 6-3 match point. We'll see how this goes from here. But it is a basement hold, which I don't think Rents have lost their basement holds yet. Well, no, that was the first defense that they've lost, so they have not. They may feel comfortable continuing their own hold, but they've got to be aware that Angels may have picked up on their strat. Looks like the shield in blue is going the same place. It's going in the same place. The cameras are going down in the same area. So it might be the same play. I haven't seen any
Locate a bomb and defuse it.
alterations. They might be minor, but we will see if Fallen are able to decipher what's going on and attack with that adaptation.
Nice little view of where the 3 Valkyrie cams are placed. Unfortunate, Sporky. But it is the nature of being streamed and playing competitive that those camera spots may need to change in the future. As pushing in with the Twitch drone, not the Frost drone, as I erroneously said before, the shots going out to try and find the mute jammer. Not managing to find it, but does find the player of Burner Bear. Well, not Burner Bear, sorry, that's Meeps, who takes out Ticked now and puts it to a 4v5 in favor of Renz very early on into the round. The IQ off the board. Not going to be able to find that mute jammer for Az.
Those Velcams doing work, just tracking the attackers as they go. But Hibana's breach just not where it needs to be. There's 2 holes there, not one big hole. Might be difficult to, well, can't be crouched through. Has to be crawled through, if that. As Angels stack up on the door, maybe ready to push through, but have to be weary of Sporky holding through.
Buddha has decided
damage.
that the push through the breach was not worth it and decided to rotate out. Sporky still in blue, knowing where at least 2 of the other players. There is still a player on the breach. He's cutting off that line of sight and firing a couple of shots at Brew's direction.
1 minute left in the round, and not a lot of pushing to happen until I just say that. As
Fallen and Az.
Brunek. Az takes out Sporky. Very big picks for the attacking side. This may just tip the side in their favors, but Meeps evens out the numbers, taking out Buddha, but quickly getting refragged by Fallen. Frags going out left and right, going back and forth. The numbers advantage going in the way of the Angels right there, as we have 1 on West Main Stairs and 1 in blue.
Plant going down. Fallen does manage to get a triple onto Burner Bear. Cortari, last one left. Cortari takes down 2. Doing the double.
Defenders have eyes on the diffuser.
Cortari versus Crystal. Final 2. Red ping goes out. Cortari takes the shot, takes the kill, takes the diffuser, and takes the round.
Disable the bomb.
Renz coming back.
Defenders win.
6-4, match point once again.
I was expecting that to my teammate in the chat, but hasn't happened yet. That is huge. That was then Cortari needed to pull off that play. Obviously, it's a match point, and that's quite obvious. But that
was
great decisions from
very well
in every step.
Very well played teamwork wise as well. Just in terms of having those red pings at the critical moments of the swing, having that intel from the Valkyrie there.
Yeah.
Just being able to finish it off. Buck to Sledge once again.
Same 6-pick. Maybe red, but Crystal's happy with switching every time. Bringing the nades on the Sledge. Great from vertical play when you're above the site. Buck a little easier when you're below. Obviously with Sledge it's a bit harder to hit the ceiling, but the defenders are above, so Buck may have helped out a bit better here, but
man's 2 meters tall. He should be able to hit the ceiling.
Yes, but with that strength, they're high ceilings. They're high ceilings in Chile. So like you'd have to
every map.
You'd have to hold your hammer with one hand, and then you'd lose all your strength.
10 seconds left before.
Sure, you could hit it, but you wouldn't break it. You know.
5 seconds left.
Can't get the weight of the man behind it. The absolute unit of
Exactly.
Sledge.
I don't want to get this wrong. He's Scottish, right? Isn't he?
He is Scottish.
Right.
Big Scotsman.
Big Scotsman. He is a unit. He is quite. To just summarize, just a unit. A singular unit of man. Like, he's giant.
Because man is a unit of measurement now for Scotsman.
For Scotsman. For those of Scottish descent.
One singular unit of man.
As we say that, we've got 3 stacking up on the windows of library.
Buddha taking a little bit of damage, probably from Cortari, I think, had an angle onto the window. Now that or Burner Bear, a little bit of damage onto Buddha.
Seems like Sporky getting below library, getting ready for a C4, I have a feeling. I'm not sure if there's any cameras in there in library for the defenders, but it's possible. Yep, there's the C4. Waiting for the pings, waiting for the calls.
One of the players in, I think it's Ticked, has actually already passed over the danger
Both
zone.
Of the players have Ticked and I think Az jumped in with Ticked. Or someone else.
Buddha.
There was two.
The C4 goes out into the main hallway and lands. That's unfortunate because there's Ticked, taken out by Sporky. Sporky then refragged out by Az on that Twitch. 4v4. 1 minute, 20 seconds left on the clock. Buddha has still taken that little bit of damage and has no drones in the pocket. Means he can't lose any. The drone economy not looking too good.
Attackers dropped the diffuser.
4 Fallen there. There's 2 drones out and 1 in someone's back pocket.
We still have 1 Twitch drone in Az's pocket there, but for 1 minute left, you want to have as much alive intel for the players who may or may not die in those next few seconds.
Frag grenades going out and being eaten up by Meeps' ADSs.
Bomb located by attackers.
Cortari managing to find Crystal, and that's the Sledge off the board. 0 damage taken in that trade, and Az looks like she got hit in the crossfire, and a little bit more than crossfire there as Cortari lines up the head. Buddha taking out the refrag onto Brunek. Free Fire's going out through Breach by Buddha. Breach a little bit more consistent now as she sneaks into half wall. Free Fire doesn't happen, but it happens the second time. Buddha on the triple kill.
Fallen,
attackers win.
Claim it.
Fallen. It looked like it was Ren's round, but unfortunately, Fallen pull it back.
Fallen almost getting distracted by a camera there. It's always the worst, but the flick able to confirm the kill.
Az doing our job for us and translating her own speak into "That's my teammate."
I I always end up games like this. I notice I always put my hands on the back of the head because that's just
You're just
It was a
relaxing.
great finish.
You're
It was a great
relaxing.
finish. I was like, like I had it like this, and then I'm just slowly put it behind my chair. Anyway, great game by Fallen, taking out the map. 7-4 from Rens. That's both games from Fallen. Both difficult games for them this week, and able to convert on both accounts. Taking out Skyfire 8-6 and then Rens 7-4 is great for them. That definitely secures their position. I think it actually might even have the possibility of moving them up one, depending on how Skyfire go in this coming game.
It might. Who's
it might.
Skyfire playing in this
They're playing
second
Quacked.
game?
Yeah. It's very possible that they might get knocked out. They're over
Yeah.
on the main channel, I think, right now. So they're done.
They're done.
They're done. What was that scoreline? If we can, we're about to find out.
We're
Great.
about to find out.
I'm excited to see it.
Here we go.
let's see.
Transition and
Quack
Quacked.
takes it out from Skyfire.
7-3.
7-3. I think Skyfire, after coming off the loss, just lost a lot of momentum there.
I think they're also
Yeah.
just looking at the standings from last week, the round difference between Skyfire and Fallen. That'd be something else to see, and I think that's the only thing holding, if they are holding the Skyfire into that position.
Yeah. We'll see, and everyone will be able to get that up once it's fully updated. But
Viking Army
yeah,
taking Grumpy Grapes out as well. 5-7.
great. Oh, it's always a great week. I don't know what I'm gonna say. It's always a great week. But we saw a couple of 7-4 games today, which I think is a theme that you always seem to get 4 rounds here. There's really not
On
much
our
movement.
stream,
On
it's
our
always
stream, if
fours.
you hear it's 4s.
7-4. 7-4.
4s. We're looking for a couple of 8-7s if you guys, next week, whoever's on the stream, you know what to do.
Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Also
Push
bring
hard for it.
Fuse, bring Flores, bring Chaos.
Bring Chaos. And it's the next exoperator from Ubisoft is just Chaos.
Chaos.
That would be. Oh, yep.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you, Cordwell.
The Cordwell Chaos counter. That's actually
That works.
slightly hard to see, but say.
See, I can see it quite well. It's right there.
Yeah,
right
it's bright pink and bright numbers.
It's
White
bright.
It's very bright.
It's very bright. But I wasn't disappointed with that game, with any of the games today, to be honest. But with Angels and Friends, it was a fairly standard game. Once things got on the way, we saw a lot of repetition in operators. The adaptation, it was there, and we saw Fallen really using it well, but it was very much of where the attacks are coming from, rather than any giant verticality or any off angles that you never suspect through many floorboards, which you can get on Chalet.
And
It was just
we
end of attacks.
We talked a lot about having that set strategy from Rens in their first game, and they had their set strategy, and all Radical needed to do was disrupt that. I think it was the opposite here with Fallen having those set strategies, and they were even more set than Rens.
Yeah.
Where Rens, all they had to do was disrupt it, and we saw 4 rounds of them disrupting those strategies and managing to take out the win when they did play the little bit of chaotically, did play differently, and did manage to throw the spanner into the system that was Fallen Angels, that well-oiled machine. When there were no spanners in there, it worked.
Yeah, that is very true. I think you saw a lot of from our point of view, it seems like innate communication. There may have been a lot of verbal communication, but at least from where we sit, there was a lot of communication with just minor things throughout the whole game for Fallen. A lot of pinches happened at the perfect time. A lot of people were holding angles, so it seems like they knew that, oh, my teammate's holding the angle, I don't need to focus as much on it. I can push in from this angle and we can get a pinch going or whatever. It was a lot of that instant connection or a lot of verbal connection within the team. But whatever it was, it worked for them, and it was, as you said, a well-oiled machine. The Angels just kept going forward, and nothing could stop them because they just knew exactly what they needed to do, and they did it. But again, as you said, once the wrench was slid into those gears, it did go in favor of Renz. But unfortunately for Renz, it didn't happen often enough.
Yeah, it would have been nicer to see a little bit more often earlier on in the game. It wasn't until round 6 that we actually saw Renz be able to throw the disruption in and take a round.
Yeah.
And then we saw a couple in a row, and it was back to Angels.
Yeah, I think the couple in a row was on Renz's defense. So I think it took I don't think it was more Renz being able to throw a spanner in the works. I think it was more Angels taking a little bit to get into that attacking flow. There's a very different play styles from defending and slowing down the attack as much as you can until you win by time or put them into unfavorable positions, to forcing the defense out and being able to claim it. By your look, it looks like you're about to disagree with me.
I do disagree. I do disagree there. I disagree with the... I don't think it did take them time to get into that attacking flow. I think that they still had that plan. They had that well-oiled machine, and the wrench was to throw them off that attack. So they had the plan. They were going through it, and then something went wrong. And that's what slowed them down. It's that something that went wrong.
And I would argue that what went wrong is they weren't in the right mindset for the attack. It could have been a whole range of things. And we could go on. We could go on. Yes, there are things we don't agree on, such as some calls somewhere on some map.
The best calls.
But at the end of the day, I was very happy to see it. Not happy. I will point out 2 players that we saw today. Not happy with Weasel teasing the Oryx, and Ticked teasing the Flores.
Just being baited today. That's all.
Not happy with either of you. Sorry, I'll look. Not happy with you guys. So you know what you did. I don't really look at my camera much because then I feel like I'm staring into people's souls, and like when I see you looking into your camera. Oh, all right. You know what you guys did.
You do. You know what you did. Full screen.
It was. I didn't expect.
I didn't know that we could do that.
Oh, that was terrifying. I was very happy with tonight, and I think, congratulations again to Sporky. Great performance on the first game, going 20, but unable to pull that through into the second. So good job, Renz, for your first game. Unlucky on the second, but Fallen just controlled that second game. Congratulations to you guys.
There we go. Scores 7-4 to Fallen Angels on the second game that we've just watched and just casted, and just everyone's seen it.
The one that just happened.
The one that just happened.
Yeah.
And the one before that, Radical Rebels, not quite managing to stop the train of Renz, 4-7.
Yeah. But I think that's might be enough from us tonight. If you guys are around in the scene, I would always recommend to follow Kilo. If you've seen, he might have some upcoming news on his Twitter. That's his handle.
Yeah.
At Kilos. Again, things still in the air, so maybe not. We'll see what the news is if it comes out.
Yeah, it all depends on what happens with the current situation of COVID in Victoria.
Same here. I may have the same news. We'll see.
You may see us coming to a potentially
to a venue
different platform. Yeah, venue near you.
Or if you're in Melbourne, that's whatever.
A venue near us.
Venue near us. It depends where you guys are. You guys are all over the place, so who knows?
Who knows?
I'm hearing production laugh at us, so we.
Well, follow this guy. Other
Wrong way.
That guy.
You gotta learn it. It's that way.
That guy. Yeah.
That's But yeah,
that guy.
we'll see what happens over the next few weeks. For everyone who's, obviously we're all dealing with the current COVID situation. Everyone just stay safe, most importantly. Look after yourselves, look after those around you, and make sure that you enjoy yourselves, sure, but stay safe, most importantly. That's all from us here. We'll see you guys next week, I think.
Hopefully, if we haven't been banned from our puns,
let's see what production says. Our puns have been pretty bad tonight.
But hopefully we'll see you next week, and I'm looking forward to seeing you guys next week for I think it's the final week of group stages, and then we're on to the finals, and we will see next week who can make it to those finals.
Final matches.
Final matches, grand finals, semi-finals, and we'll be hopefully if
final
we're not
counter.
banned. Final counter powered by Cordwell.
Oh god. Yes.
No, we'll see who's there, and depending on production, we will join you there for the finals. And I'm looking forward to it. Should be good.
Awesome.
All right.
See you
next
later.
week.